where it's saying there's 0 people here, but there's a whole bunch of text messages, or not text messages. There's a whole bunch of comments. If you guys are here, in fact, if you would just drop some comments just saying hello, unless there's some reason why they're not seeing us right now.
Yeah, there's a bug because Edward just posted something. Yeah, it's a bug with StreamYard. That's weird. All right.
Yeah, it's not, for some reason, it's not showing the number of people here on our StreamYard. We have a little number up on the top. It tells us how many people are watching, and it says that there's 0 people watching, but I see a bunch of people in the
now updated. Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
Now. That's weird.
People.
All right.
Yeah. I just want to do a little clarification. I tried to do something. I'm going to share the screen. I think there was some confusion. Now it says present instead of share. Did you notice that, Max? Present screen. It's kind of weird. They just changed it literally today is the first I noticed it. So instead of share screen, and now it says present. I do want to show you guys this, that Max did a video. I want to clear up some confusion. If I can just get into the content here. For some reason, it's listed under live, I think. Okay. Well, let's go back and first show you the video that Max made. Did a good job. Thank you, Max. Luna Classic holders wait for a 1000x recovery as Binance implements burn crypto news. All right. So this is about Binance implementing the burn. You guys can check it out. It's a recorded video. Now, just to clear up some confusion, I saw some of the people in the comments thinking that I might have made a mistake. I'm not sure what happened, but this is the first time I've tried this. This is going to save Max and I a lot of time. I was the first one to try this. Max actually had the idea. I did not know this is possible. But from StreamYard, to save a lot of time, I'll just tell you now, Max, because we didn't get a chance to talk about it. I did my first recorded video, but this time, I've done it before with StreamYard, but I normally download it, put it into my editing software, and then upload it through YouTube, which takes a lot of time, as you and I discussed, as you know, because you do a lot of videos more than I do. And so this time I forgot to put the hashtags in there, by the way. But this time I did a video, was 4 minutes and 29 seconds, as you see right here. And the only way that you can publish it, I guess, is if it's a live video. So I scheduled the time for 9 o'clock, and I think there was some confusion. People thought that that was the live show, but it wasn't, because today we started a little bit late at 9:15. But, you know, this was just a recorded video. For some reason, it just does it live, almost like an instant premiere or a premiere show, a new premiere. So you guys are watching it the first time live that I could see it or anyone else could see it on our end. And you're able to do live comments, but then it just becomes a regular old recorded video. So it's technically just a recorded video, guys, that I made, although it was released live. Does that make sense to you, Max? Do you understand what I'm trying to explain?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. So I'm sorry, everyone out there watching, for any confusion. It's just that Max and I discussed, you know, he was urging me to start making videos again. He inspired me to do that, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going to start doing that. And this, Max, I'm telling you, is going to save a ton of time for you. Just go in there and you just go in and record a video, and then you just click create, and then you just click past recorded video, and you just pick the time you want it to upload, and you upload it. It's that simple. You just put a thumbnail onto it, just like scheduling a regular live show. So it's really neat feature. I didn't know that we could do it that way. So
okay, cool.
Yeah, it's exciting. All right, so let's just read the comments. So Max, give us like a 1-minute overview of what we're going to talk about tonight, please.
So we have a great show in store for you guys, and I did see that thing. It was updating itself. We'll, of course, welcome you all as usual and have, you know, some of the things you're accustomed to. But tonight is not just you know, bringing you guys news updates and so on. It's a little bit of crypto education as well, in particular what's going on with these ISO 222 compliant tokens / coins, like some of the ones you saw in the thumbnail. And we're going to just go ahead and basically, you know, update people on some things you might have already known about when it comes to these ISOs. And maybe you'll also learn some extra things that you weren't aware of. So it's a combination of news, education, you name it. It's going to be a good show.
That's great. I mean, I'm taking my time to be a facilitator in this, you know, because I consider myself a point guard. So if Max is going to post up, if he's going to set up shop behind the 3-point line, he's just going to keep draining threes. I want to be able to make sure he gets space. I want to make sure that he's open. I'm going to deliver the ball to him, and he can just sink threes all night. That's what we're going to do on today's show. I'm going to facilitate that, and Max is going to come with the knowledge. All right, so let's say hello to everybody. Brian Dowie says, "Sup, Larry, Max. First fantasy hockey pool tonight." That's something I never did, was fantasy hockey. Now, I'll tell you a fun fact. when I was in an office environment a long time ago, in actually the year 2000, which technically is 22 years ago, that was the first and last time I ever did fantasy baseball. It was actually a lot of fun. I don't know why I never did it since then. I guess because I really wasn't in much office environment since then. But that I've never got really into that. Maybe I should, but it seems like it takes a lot of time. So,
well, what? I'm glad you mentioned baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to make an announcement, and that is, even if you're not a fan of baseball, this is monumental. Your guy, Mr.
Did he hit his 62 today or no?
He did. I heard right over the radio. Yes, 62.
All right.
And he's basically looked upon as being the legit, American League, the greatest American League home run hitter of all time now. Breaking Roger Maris by 1 home run. So.
Okay, so I'm a baseball fan. Of course, my team is the Yankees, but I will put this into perspective. So, I'm a fan of Mark McGwire. I'm a fan of Barry Bonds, even to a certain degree. Although I didn't really like Barry.
National League.
I didn't really like Barry. Right? Yeah, I didn't really like Barry Bonds' attitude, but that's another story. But I want to just say that I don't hold it against those guys for using steroids. I really don't. Because it takes a lot of hand-eye coordination and all that kind of stuff. It takes a lot more than just strength to be able to hit a baseball a long way, timing and everything else. It takes a ton of skill. But does it help them hit the ball a little bit farther? Does it help their muscles repair quicker? Yes, it does. It helps them get over some injuries, nagging injuries. Yes, it does. Just like Andy Pettitte had a bad shoulder, he supposedly used it for that. So, but my point is that I don't think, and it's sad, because Mark McGwire and Barry Bonds were great players, and we kind of take away from that because of the steroid era. But they were all doing it. And Aaron Judge is supposedly clean. I'm not saying that, ain't making allegations that he's not. But, he's a fan favorite. He's kind of like David Ortiz for the Red Sox, even though there was, some rumors about him, or he failed the test one time. But the point I'm making is it's great for baseball. I think we're losing a few people, but let's just, I was actually following it a lot and I missed it. So you found it before me. I've been following it every night and he never hits it. So I guess apparently he did that. There was a doubleheader going on today with Texas. So he must have done it in the first or second game. So that's good news. All right. So he got the monkey off his back.
If we lose a couple people and so on, we have every right to recognize that. So, that's right.
Well, it is history. 62 home runs for the great Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. Congratulations to you and your family. Edward Vincent, let's get ready to rumble. Yeah, we put the intro. Sometimes I forget to put it on there. Edward Vincent, my comment from CTN VR is gone. Sorry about that. Not sure why. B. Ricky, how all y'all doing tonight? Pump, Luna Classic, and Sweet Video Max. Okay, there you go.
Well, thank you very much. I've been trying to stay up with all that. It's just, man, it's been like last couple weeks. I mean, trying to keep up with the whole thing with recorded videos. It's just, like 3 or 4 hours of sleep.
Never fear, Max. I'm here back again. I'm excited. My video was actually not good. It was just not very smooth. I think I was a little bit off guard by the technology a little bit. I was unsure of the camera positioning. Everything just kind of felt weird. It's weird. Now I'm really comfortable doing live shows, and the recorded, I was like, I can't talk. So tomorrow will be a better
get back in the swing of things. You get back in the swing of things. Yeah.
It was kind of weird. I was like, man.
If it's a combination of you and I consistently put them out, then that's going to please that algorithm even that much more.
It will.
And
I promise you, I'll start holding back some in reserve for myself so that we can at least do on my end 1 a day. I'll promise you that. LeGrand Commission is laughing. Larry did it again. Whoops, I did it again. And that was, they thought I was doing a stream at the same time that you were trying to do one, but it was actually a recorded video. It's kind of interesting. I think it brings more attention, Max, because it's a pre-recorded video that you set to go live, which I think is pretty cool. I think it brings, like I said, I threw it together really fast. I did not put the hashtags and no description, nothing, but I was just literally just testing the technology and I got it to work. Crypto Talk Now, VR entertainment only. Remember to prepare for November. What up, Max and Larry? XRP, Quant, XLM, XDC, ADA, Algo. The time is now, is what I think he's saying. The key is to make money. Boom. Selmo Fudd, Crypto Talk Now. Welcome back, Jeff Prudent 350Z. Luna Classic developers about to mint 500 billion coins. Oh, okay. We've only burned 10 billion coins in the last 3 months.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Is that what's happening? All right. What's up, family? Hope everyone's doing. So I did a little video about some things about the pegging, the repegging, and people are unhappy with that proposal. You guys can check it out. And Max, of course, did another video. I'm gonna try to pump out a lot of Luna Classic videos, Max, because
Awesome.
I'm gonna try to do it because that's what the community wants, and we've gotten a decent amount of views from it, and hopefully we'll catch a little lightning in a bottle, just like 2-Bit Crypto did. All right, Crypto Talk Now VR. What's up, Legrand? All right, they were saying hello to everyone. Sorry about that. All right, B Ricky. They have started today they stated today that they don't have to mint coins. Zardar said it earlier today, and Happy Caddy posted it. Okay. What's up to Cool Cat Crypto? Meow. He's letting out lots of air, gas, or something. He's coming. He who. All right, meow. All right, let's go. Get that triple XXX. Meow, meow, meow. Legrand commissioned Larry. He was doing another stream separate from this one. Well, now you know. When you guys start seeing these live videos, if Max chooses to do it the same way, we'll see if he likes the format of using StreamYard or the technology. If he does, you're going to see. I think it's going to be a blessing in disguise, Max, because I fell into this by accident. If this, it was your idea, but I didn't realize you could do it this way where it looks like a live show. I think that'll bring a little bit more attention than just a normal, plain old vanilla recorded video. It'll be recorded live, like, okay, here it is. Boom. Cool Cat Crypto. So people can do their commenting in there. Meow.
Right.
B Ricky. Yeah. Legrand, it was a 5-minute video. They was talking about the recorded. I guess it was for hype. Well, it's to hype up the algorithm. That's what Max and we know the recipe. It's just that, we have to do it. I had to come to Max's defense with this. Max works a lot. He does a full-time job. I do not have a full-time job. He has a full-time job. He works very hard, and you're not getting paid to be a basketball coach, right? You don't get anything for that.
Yeah, I do. It's very little.
Oh, very little. All right. So it's just, like gas money or whatever. So he's doing it out of the goodness and kindness of his heart because he loves children. Okay. So, he puts a lot of time into his career, and then he puts a lot of time into his other career here, which is this. So, as a content creator for crypto on Crypto Talk Now. So he is,
technically it's 3 jobs. 3 jobs a day.
He's got like
it's
3
literally
jobs.
3 jobs. No, well, it is 3 jobs a day.
Yeah.
Any way you want to look at it, it's 3 jobs a day. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's making really cool thumbnails. It takes a long time to make them. And I'm not complaining or anything like that. I'm just saying, I'm justifying why we fell off. Now I had a lot of things go on. My excuses are not valid ones. Mine was just like personal garbage and stuff like that. So I'm back on the horse. And I'm going to be doing them starting tomorrow in volume. I'll be doing at least 1 a day. And I'll be smart, because when I lose my voice or I'm sick, I'll have some in reserve that I can just pop up there. They're not time sensitive. All right. I'm freaking pumped. And so am I. All right. Meow. Showtime. Bitcoin BMW. Welcome back. Algorand and Cardano in the thumbnail. Now we're talking my language. All right. So
there you go.
Cardano, and I know he's
Ada's made a lot of news lately, and then it's worth to talk about.
Did I not do the drums today? No, I did do the drums. All right. All right. So Tim Shea, welcome back. Cool Cat Crypto, meow. Brian Dowie is up here. All right. He's up here. And Red Coin Cards, welcome back. Red Coin Cards. Boomer effing Sooner. Boomer effing Sooner. Say it appropriately. No one else will say it that way except for Max. Welcome back. Hello. Is it me you're looking for, Lionel Richie?
Boomer effing Sooner. I haven't said that in a long time.
I'm going to be so flattered if other content creators say it, Boomer effing Sooner, like I do or Max does. It's going to be, it's going to be an honor to hear that said.
Hey, people are filtering in here. Maybe it's because we didn't do the normal time slot of 6 or 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. Can help it, guys. I mean, basketball practice ended kind of late, rush hour traffic. So
as a rule of thumb to all you OGs, your OGs are like our family, so you're a little more understanding of our situation. So Max works a lot. I guess what I could do in the future is start the show by myself, and then he jumps on like I did the other night. We could think about doing it that way. But normally planning the show starting somewhere between 9 and 9:15. There's sometime a delay, like a baseball game. There's a rain delay or something like that. There's a flight delay if you're taking a plane. It's, there's a delay in the concerts. You go watch a concert. Does it ever start on time? So we are fashionably late. I think of it that way. I always try to put a positive spin. Boomer effing Sooner. All right, he's just saying hello. I just want a good comment so I can just say his name. What's up, everyone? Hey, here's somebody new. Making true money. TMG, or is it Jeff Pruden? No, it's not Jeff Pruden. What's up, everyone? And what's up to you? Does he have a garbage can in his avatar?
No, that's some
TMG.
Speakers. TMG Entertainment.
So, I thought they were 2 garbage cans.
Yes. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Yeah. Max, you got to do it. You got to get a silver Sharpie and write gratitude on there. Okay. Hey, I should show it. Last night, Michael Cornwell, as it was going on, I didn't see it. And after the show, I saw it. He texted me. Anybody can have my number, by the way. He texted me a picture of his gratitude rock that he handmade.
Oh, no.
It said, I had to go back and actually say it. I don't want to mess up the joke. I've got to go find him. Hold on one second. I'm not texting any ladies or girlfriends or anybody like that. I'm actually looking for Michael Cornwell.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go further down in the comments. That way you just keep the flow going.
Yeah.
Blue Ricky's here. He says, "Hi guys, glad to see you guys." Edward Vincent, hello team. Thank you for this grand intro. Well, thank you. Will you be so kind to create voluntary assignments, particular video topics, and we can create such videos and bring them quality control standard? I don't know. I mean, I'm even having limited time when it comes to even going to the post show. There's just like the only time I'll be able to do stuff like that is probably on the weekends now. I could reach out to you, Edward, and coordinate that since I have more time. I have a lot more free time on my hands than Max does. So I would like to do the heavy lifting. I can do the grunt work for that kind of stuff. Let me just say this also. So Michael Cornwell, what his rock said, and remember, it's a family-friendly show. It said, "Go F yourself." It said gratitude is what he had written on his rock. So I said, that's the anti-gratitude rock. That's the one, someone cut you off in traffic and you hold up the rock and it says that. All right. Edward Vincent. Salmo Fudge. Shout out to Loretta Lynn, who was the coal miner's daughter. Rest in peace. Was that a Loretta Lynn passed away? My dad's a huge fan of Loretta Lynn. And you know what?
Wait a minute. Who was Loretta Lynn?
Country western singer, man. One of the greatest.
Oh.
She was good friends with Patsy Cline back in the day. Before Patsy Cline got in a bad car accident.
I'm sorry for her. I'm
not a big fan.
I didn't know her.
Yeah, well, yeah. Rest in peace to her. But I'm not a big fan of like modern country. But the ones from like back in the 50s and the 60s, like Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline, like Jim Reeves, Eddie Arnold, like that is beautiful music. Heck, everybody likes Johnny Cash, but you know what I mean? Like there's a difference between that type of country music from back then, like the Cattle Call, Eddie Arnold's was it Take the World Away? I can't remember how it goes. Let the world go away, get it off of my shoulders. That
was
song.
She like in the same era as like Dolly Parton? Was she around that era?
No, she's before that era. So yeah, she was literally, like I said, she was really good friends with Patsy Cline.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's literally Loretta Lynn, Tammy Wynette, you know what I mean? That era. Anyway. But thanks for pointing out
the names, I guess.
So yeah, let me see. I guess she must have passed away today then, huh?
I guess so. I'm sorry to hear that. April Dawn Cornwell, aka Not the Rock Lady. Hey, friends. And by the way, if you guys are wondering, that is a Snapchat frame, and her hair does not have any violet highlights. It's actually black. That is confirmed by her husband, Michael Cornwell. All right, Brian Dowie. What's up, guys? Draft is over. I already won. Oh, he's already won. He's got a good team for his hockey.
Awesome.
What do you call it? Oh, shoot, I lost it. I just said it in the beginning, not virtual hockey. What is it called? Fantasy hockey, like fantasy baseball and football. All right. Jeff Pruden. All right. He's here. Let's see. Tim Shea. I saw it. Yankees blow, but congratulations. Well, let me just tell you this. I watched a little bit of the highlights last night because I watched I watch Yankee content creators on YouTube. That's how I get my Yankee news. And last night I was watching one of them, and I'll tell you something. They're in the ballpark in Texas. What is it? Not sure the name of the park there, but they're playing the Texas Rangers. Tremendous uproar for him. Every time he got up to bat, people are standing, clapping, cheering. Let me just say that, I don't think that Aaron Judge belongs to the Yankees. I think he belongs to Major League Baseball. I think he's, a great star for the game. I think he has a great attitude. I think that even if you're a Red Sox fan, you can appreciate him.
Well, not only that, I've been to Arlington. I have a buddy who lives in Arlington, Texas, and I mean, they just have like a different appreciation also there for baseball. So that makes sense.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a good baseball place. Although Texas is more of I think of it as college football type of state. Brian Dowie says, Larry, your Yankees better pay him. They better, or he might go to the Mets or the Dodgers. He's a West Coast guy. I say Dodgers or Giants. Watch out. Watch out for the Giants to be a dark horse team, somebody that doesn't expect him to get him. Crypto Mike says, yo, he's always here. Thank you for being here. And B Ricky says, go Astros. Okay, he's a Houston Astro fan. The Astros have a great team. I tell you what, they really do. I think that the Astros could beat the Yankees in the playoffs. I really do. Crypto Mike says, what's up? All right, Brian Dowie. B Ricky, go Jays. So, the Jays have a great team too. Blue Jays do. Brian Dowie says the steroid era made baseball more exciting. It did. After the strike, after the baseball strike, which I believe was in 1994, the steroids era in the 90s, okay, that actually got people excited again about baseball. Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Barry Bonds, those three guys right there. Maybe Jose Canseco a little bit. All right, B. Ricky, you don't need steroids to be great. Example, Babe Ruth. Well, it's true. You don't need it, but, I look at it this way. It's, they're in a competitive professional sports environment. It's not like they're taking steroids to go be a CPA, where you don't need it. If you're taking steroids to compete at a high level as an athlete, as long as it's being disclosed, I think what I'm trying to say is it should be legalized. I think that in professional sports, as long as it's monitored so that people don't kill themselves with it, they take the right proper dosage. I'm not opposed to the professional athletes taking steroids. Am I opposed to high school athletes taking it? Yes, I am. Am I opposed to college athletes taking it? I am. But on the professional level, I think it's okay. Brian Dowie, Selmo, you down with XRP? Yeah, you know me. All right. Boomer effing Sooner, the Babe, just needed a beer and a hot dog. And
I still think he's the greatest of all time by far. Because he was even a great pitcher before he was a great home run hitter.
Yeah,
with the Red Sox.
So. Let me just tell you that who might be if he keeps going another 10 years. Let me just tell you who might actually be better than Babe Ruth, and that is Shohei Ohtani, right? From the Angels, because look, he's unbelievable. He pitch and hit just like Babe Ruth.
That is true. Like, you ever seen that movie called The Scout?
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw it. You remember that?
I think I did see that one. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's kind of like a comedy / I don't know. But anyway, Brandon Frazier played as the Yankee home run hitter / pitcher. Like he literally reminds me of, like the Asian version of that, but real life. Anyway.
I'll tell you what, he's a tremendous talent. He really is. It's a shame that he plays on the Angels because, well, it's somewhat of a big market. It's just a shame because they just never, win. They just never win.
Oh, they won one back, was it 2002, 2003? They won the whole thing. So
did the Angels win back then? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they won one big one.
Selmo Fudd, Brian Dowie, you know me. Me the man. All right. Babe told the ball where to go. He did point it out. I think that
Wrigley
was
Field, center field. Yep.
Yeah. And
God, I sound like I'm a huge baseball fan never mind. I'm more of a basketball guy, but anyway.
Well, that's okay. I mean, I know a little bit about basketball too. And I like both sports. I like football too. I'm a little bit, sometimes I get upset about football because that's how I hurt myself.
Well, if that's it, everybody. Welcome to Baseball and Sports Talk now with your hosts, Max and Larry. We will never talk about crypto today. No, I'm kidding.
Anyway. Well, it's we're priming everybody because we need to do that show, Anything and Everything with Max and Larry. We'll do that someday. And by the way, let's just do a survey right now. There's another fun thing I wanted to do, but if you guys want us to do a variety show, we're not going to kill this channel. Just once a week. Do you want us to do a show called Anything with Max and Larry, where you literally know that it's not about crypto? It's just about anything we want to talk about and anything you guys want to talk about.
Make it like a separate thing from this, but yeah.
Or do you want it to be a separate channel? If you want it to be on CTN,
that's a good point. Like, keep it here. Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Do you want it to be on the network? Just say the words on the network if you want it to be on here. If you want it to be on another channel, just say another channel. And it's okay. We'll respect it. We just want your God's honest truth. You're not going to hurt our feelings because we're going to do it one way or another. We'll probably do it on another channel. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. What's up, CTN family? Let me just, I didn't say that right. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. What's up, CTN family? All right, there we go. Tim Shea. All right, and they're all saying hello. Selmo Fudd, the burns and the volume will never be matched for astronomical gains. Okay.
So Larry, just give you a heads up. I mean, I'm glad that you want to read all the comments, but guys, I'm just giving you guys a heads up as well. If he reads all the comments, we're going to be here for 45 minutes before we even get the real show going.
All right, let's start. Let's start.
We're almost at half an hour, so we're gonna have to skip some comments, which is good. Good problems. It's nothing against anybody. It's just we'll be here for 3 hours if we do.
Let me just read the last comment on the screen because it's directed to you and it's crypto. Brian Dowie says, Max, I bought a few quant. In your opinion, if you could have only one XRP or quant, so I think what he's saying is if you could only have one good bag. Would it be XRP or quant?
Why you got to do this to me? You know what? I actually said this to myself last night. Give me a moment to answer that, because here's why I'm going to take a moment to answer that. I was looking at my portfolio last night and actually Sunday night, and I came to the conclusion. I was like, man, I'm looking at XRP and I'm literally looking at quant. And like right now, here it is. So I got my XRP up, and my bag on that, I only have like 2,097, but I'm gonna get more. You know what I mean? Like I have, DCA'd into it, so like I need to get like a third bag, and it's gonna be soon. And so I'm looking at it. I'm up $287 profits, 40%, up on that. Mm-hmm. And then quant, I'm 45.30% up with $136 in profit, but I only hold 3.1 quant. My goal, of course, is to get a minimum of 10 quant, preferably, of course, 20. But it's just that. It's kind of like looking at both of them. It's like, you try to get a decent sized bag of, XRP. Like it was one of those types of things in which I was like, I only want to throw like maybe 5 to, 800 into one of these. And quant at the time was like, well, you know what? Maybe I should just buy another quant. So right now, kind of like for my own personal holdings, I'm kind of leaning towards, believe it or not, quant. So to answer your question, for the time being, it would be quant. But of course, preparing for November and all these other things, then that's where it's like, but if I get another bag of XRP and dollar cost average more, that would make more sense. But then it even gets into this even more deeper, because then there's XDC just lingering right there. It's like, well, I only have 10,000 XDC. I need to DCA more into that as well. You guys know how it goes.
It's I can answer to someone that doesn't own either one of those, and I do want to get onto the XRP, the Puff Daddy, the P Diddy, XRP.
Don't be mentioning him. Screw it. No, screw that guy.
Bad happened with him.
You don't want to get me started on him.
Oh, on P Diddy. All right, I won't mention him. I don't know why, but it just slipped out.
No.
What I'm saying is I want to get on the XRP yacht. I'm the quant doesn't have a party yet, but I want to get into the XRP party, and the only way I can do that is to own some. Like I could literally just buy 1, 5, 4. So yes, I said 17 cents. I think I'm just going to wait for it to get to 25 cents, because I'm still thinking that there's going to be a crash before the end of the year that we haven't seen before. I mean, like a real crash, but I could be wrong. Maybe Larry's just being an idiot and should have just dollar cost averaged in, 32, 35 cents. What's the difference, Larry? What's the difference between 35 and 25 cents? I don't even know.
Well, 4 for $1, but I mean, you don't want to, it's not going to go down to that. You know what I mean?
The problem is that I'm going to get screwed. I'm going to screw myself and buy it at 55 cents. I'm already making a prediction. I'm going to just FOMO into it. I'm going to be like, you know what? The bull run has started. LeGrand was right. I screwed myself, and now I'm just going to buy it.
Then I got to look at myself like I'm screwed on bone, if that's the case. I mean, I guess
the
you could
same
say
thing, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm late on bone. I mean, and then how about this? Oh, Max, you screwed yourself over on Clearpool. You should have bought like your big, huge bag at like 2.5 cents. Yeah, but I already have like, I don't know, 10 bags of it. So.
Let me just compare it to this. So this is, and we're still talking about crypto. Look, the other thing was Uniswap, right? You said it tripled, right?
It's still doing it. Yeah.
went to $2 to $4 to $6, something like
It's like
that, right?
3.5. It's like a 3.5x right now from the time that we pointed out. But
So
I mean, helium is even up too. So
Max and I are like the guys that work at a Chinese restaurant. You know, the ones where they have the nice big buffets. We never get to eat the food. We're just putting the food out. We say, you know, we take care of everybody. Look, it's
hey, I eat the food.
well, we didn't eat the food on Uniswap, and we didn't eat the
Oh,
bone.
okay. I
And
get what
Larry
you're
didn't
saying.
eat
Yeah,
the
true.
XRP. He didn't buy any
Well,
quantity.
I eat the XRP.
But we're still talking about it, encouraging other people to
I get what
research.
you're saying. I get what you're saying. That's a good point. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We never get to eat the food. We never get to buy the crypto.
The fruits of our labor. There you go.
So I'm watching everybody like, you know, we're the ones that might have gotten people into quant or XRP, or we might have gotten you into bone, or maybe not. Or maybe we got you into, maybe you got them into Clearpool, or you got them into
when you
Uniswap.
say it. You gotta be careful when you say that though, because we never influenced anybody to the point where it's like, I'm telling you have to get this.
No, but what it is like when Patches is on the screen, he puts his little tail up and points to one of the bubbles. That's what I mean. And we have to, you know, we're initiating it because we put him on the screen. All right, never mind. I can't think of any good jokes. All right, go ahead, Max.
All right. So you got where you're at? You got your little star going?
Oh, no, I forgot to do the star. Hold on. Let me go back to Brian Dowie's comment.
We're going to kick into the actual show, guys. I know we're going in like 32 minutes, but
I got the star. Okay, the star is on there.
All right. So, oh yeah, that thing says present. I don't know if I like that. Anyway, present screen.
You see what I'm saying? So they must have recently did the star, and now it says present instead of share screen.
It's whatever. We'll get used to it.
Well, you know, yeah, we will.
All right.
You know what you need to do? There's one more flaw. If anybody from StreamYard is listening, you know how we have to go to Chrome tab in order to hear volume? It should just be that you just pick window, and you should be able to skip from tab to tab to tab and be able to hear the volume too. But
all right. Well, here we go. Before we get into everything, there's some breaking news in regards to Elon Musk. We want to definitely share that on a news headline.
All right.
So you might have already.
Timeout. Breaking news. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, maybe we should get a tab for that. So it is breaking news to a sense. This was posted about 4 hours ago. Some of you guys already know about this. Some don't. Elon Musk to proceed with a $44 billion purchase. It's like, okay, wow, what's going on? So it says Elon Musk to proceed with this $44 billion purchase of Twitter, multiple outlets report. Now, again, multiple outlets report doesn't necessarily mean that it's still going to be a done deal. So I just want people to kind of take a moment to just say, you know, until it's done, it's not done, especially when it comes to Elon Musk. But it's also breaking news. So Elon Musk sent a letter to Twitter Inc. on Monday seeking to revive his bid for the company at the original offer price of $54.20 a share, provided that the Delaware Chancery Court, quote, enter an immediate stay of Twitter lawsuit against him and adjourn the trial scheduled to begin in 2 weeks. According to a filing with the Security and Exchange Commission, Twitter, in a statement on Tuesday, said that the company intends to close the transaction at the offered price. And of course, there's this right here from the Associated Press. States breaking. Of course, this is 6 hours ago, so a couple hours before this particular piece that we're bringing you. Elon Musk is abandoning his legal battle, of course, to buy back Twitter and offering to go through his original $44 billion bid for the social platform. Again, it's kind of like what you see right here, and just kind of reiterating that a little bit more on this before we actually kick it to some of the ISOs, the big headlines, of course, why you should be here. So basically just mentions like, some of the stuff you see in the actual legal document. And it's just that you can look more into it. My key takeaway, it makes big headlines and so on, but it's Elon Musk, and he may just decide last minute that, even though we feel like he's going to go through it, something could change. But it is at least bringing more eyes, I guess you could say, that Twitter is big news. And me personally, I was wondering, well, why is Dogecoin trending? Well, let's face it, it's this guy. And when I look more into it, I do see that, for instance, not this right here, but what is it? It's actually CoinMarketCap. Hold on a second. Here we go. You do see, for instance, Dogecoin is doing pretty well, currently speaking. It's up to 6.5 cents. Of course, this is not doing well compared to a bull market at 72 cents, right? But it's up 9% for the day, close to 10% for the week. This is pretty big for Dogecoin because, when we click on that 24-hour chart, of course, Dogecoin ranks third on the top 100 right now, right? Of course, one of my other picks that I pointed out a while back, which is Helium, which we, of course, did a piece on them a while back. So, we want to recognize what's going on with Dogecoin and so on. Let's see. So a little bit more. I want you guys to see what's going on with this particular watch list. And I click on it. Shiba Doge is consistently doing well, up 50% for the week, which is great for people like myself who happen to hold Shiba Doge. Again, I'm not looking to get in any more meme tokens or anything like that, but it's the one that I basically have been holding since the beginning of this year. Probably one of the last ones in that type of token/coin token in this case. There were some other ones I saw, kind of dump. Smooth Love Potion we covered a while back, it's up about 9.5%. Finally starting to do something. We're not going to get real deep into that, but what we are going to get deep into is what is about to start right now. So if you were just now connecting, go ahead.
No, I was saying I have some Smooth Love Potion.
Oh,
I definitely do.
That's good.
I also have the crypto Smooth Love Potion also. I have a couple different types. Yeah, the crypto and something else.
I see. All right. Well, if you're just now connecting, everybody, we're to the main. I don't know why we're losing so many people, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about crypto, so it's not that. But I think
maybe it's because we're not talking about Luna Classic every day.
Or
I don't know. Who knows what the case be? There could be another live show going on right now, and people are like, to hell with these guys.
Maybe it's the Johnny Depp trial rerun or something.
Who knows? But so there's this right here. Of course, you've seen a thumbnail similar to this, but I want to show you this, especially for the newcomers. So this is the biggest change to our financial system in 50 years is happening in November. If you don't know what this basically is, it's just that this whole thing with what is known as ISO 222. International payments are moving to the blockchain, which is, the topic of the day. So many cryptocurrency investors are looking to reap massive returns as this 50-year-old international payment system moves onto the blockchain beginning in November 2022. And it's just that, going from the old system to a legitimate digital ledger, if you will. This part of what is known as ISO 222, a single standardization approach to be used by all financial standard initiatives. The new standardization is set to officially begin in November 2022 and be fully implemented by November 2025. Of course, the big standout year, in my opinion, is 2023, because it's just, it's just a massive wave of all these countries being fully implemented. There are many cryptocurrencies.
Let me just interrupt you there. I want to just follow up with what you're saying here. 2023, you say, is the ISO thing going down with a lot of countries. Do you have a timeline for that? Like, is there a particular month when we can start seeing this type of mass adoption between countries?
So the start is definitely November. That's when the saying goes, the switch gets turned on. And then from there, it's like, how's things going on? How are things running with the switch going on? How are you know what I mean? Like, are things running, smoothly as planned? And you know what I mean? Like, and on top of that, there's, still a mass onboarding of quite a few different countries compared to just the ones that came in, for instance, in November. So of course there's that as well. And then of course, like I mentioned before, the last one that shows up to the big show is the United States. But I still feel as though if this just goes gangbusters, which I fully believe it will, I shouldn't even say if, more like when, you would think that the big wigs in crypto, they have showed up to, pitch crypto to, members of the House and Senate, like we saw a few months ago. You think they will be like, gung-ho to be like, you know what? The United States needs to be on board with this like now, not 2025. That's my personal hope. As far as that actually happening, well, let's face it. Sorry to say, when it comes to crypto, it's just the United States is not the greatest country for being fully accepting of it. Kind of like, Malaysia or Singapore, you know what I mean? Like that. You of course hope for it, but we're just not there yet. It's all about, regulate this, regulate that. Heck, we live in a country, even, shout out to Maria, right? She pointed out, oh, the reason why you guys have everybody suing everybody is because you live in the United States. It's just that, it's like, it's everything's so freaking regulated. So, crypto, the beautiful thing about it is it's not supposed to be to that extreme. So anyway, it could speed up the process. Maybe that, we'll get to it as far as the United States before 2025. Me personally, I still think the US will probably be the last to show up, but it's one of those things.
Let me just stop you just for a second. Let me just recognize and thank Crypto Michael Cornwell. Thank you so much for the $2 donation. He says, Larry, go spend the $1.99 on XRP Live. I just pay for it. That's kind of funny. So he wants me to buy $2 worth of XRP on a live show. I guess I could do that. Let me just follow up what you're saying. I'm going to give you a little commentary on what you just said. So with the regulation, you mentioned Maria's, obviously Maria was living in Spain. Now she lives in Dubai, and I feel bad. I've actually canceled on her 3 times. She's been wanting to come on here 3 times. It's just, I gotta start getting together with her again to do the shows. But let me just say this, this just kind of popped in my mind with the regulation that you mentioned. Yes, the US is always the most regulated with everything. So maybe we're going to see 2 types of cryptos. We're going to see like what crypto is now is going to be the classic crypto, so to speak. And that's going to appear in other countries. And then you're going to have the new crypto, which is going to be destroyed by regulation. It's going to be totally different. It's going to have a different feel. And also is going to be walking hand in hand with the digital dollar. So, and, the banks are going to get involved. The credit unions are going to get involved in this country, in the US. So if you want to get into the heart of the classic crypto, the old school crypto, the old fashioned, your grandfather's crypto, you're going to have to go overseas to purchase it. So that's going to cause a lot of, VPN type stuff and, people doing things kind of like secretively. And, it's like, there's going to be people, it's kind of like water, like when water is very strong and powerful, right? So when you put a dam up, it blocks the water. But as soon as there's just a little bit of a crack in there, the water finds a way to get through. So the water is crypto. As you try to control it, you try to, pen it in, you try to hold it back. It has so much power because the power comes from the people not wanting to be controlled and regulated. That's what DeFi is all about. It's a break away from traditional regulation, traditional banking, traditional forms of exchanging things of value, of paying for things even eventually, right? Because that's what the ISO coins do. They allow you to transact. So perhaps when the regulation comes in, it's kind of like Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is the old school classic form of Ethereum, correct? And now there's, Ethereum. Okay, so same thing with Luna Classic. And then the new Luna, nobody likes the 2, not many people like Luna 2, right? Is there anybody that likes it? Not even Patches likes it, but they want the old school stuff. Like, they sell, I don't even buy them, but apparently the old school fashion is in play. Like when people want sneakers, they're still buying a lot of Michael Air Jordan sneakers. They still do that. The fashion from the 90s is apparently back in. So people have like they'll always go back to the original. So the old school crypto, like we have currently right now, what you see in crypto in 2 years might be considered old fashioned, old school. And you're going to have to purchase it overseas. And there'll be like 2 different cryptos. So you have the regulated crypto in the US, which is not going to be anywhere near what you're seeing now. And then you're going to have the old school crypto, which looks like it does now, but it's going to be only overseas. I mean, are you in kind of in line with that thought process? Is that what you're going to have 2 different worlds of crypto?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be that way. I mean, a lot of that exists kind of like right now.
Because you got like Jasmine, for example, you said was the Bitcoin in Japan. So that could be an example.
But you can get, but I mean, last I checked, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, you can technically get Jasmine on crypto.com. I'm pretty sure you can. And that's, for all those people who don't like KuCoin, I mean, I love KuCoin. I got used to it. To me, it's a piece of cake. But I mean, I get it. It can be kind of intimidating if you never used it. But I'm just looking at it right now with Jasmine. I mean, shoot, yeah, you can get it right on. Yeah, crypto.com as well. So it's not, you don't have to go to KuCoin. I prefer to hold all my stuff on KuCoin. I
So
like
when the regulation comes in, Jasmine being centered in Japan will more than likely, one or two things will happen. It'll either succumb to the regulation in the US, or it'll decide it doesn't want to be on crypto.com anymore. It wants to go where the cool kids play overseas. It wants to be with the cool cats, right? It wants to be with the old school guys, the old school crypto enthusiasts, investors, whatever you want to call it, overseas, out of this stupid country. Sorry that I said stupid country, but out of the stupid regulation. The SEC, I got to stop. I know you got to talk about other crypto stuff, but when it starts coming into regulation, my blood starts to boil, because one of the things about me is I'm a champion for freedom. And I believe the regulation is not designed always with the best interest of the people in mind, not always designed to protect people. It's under the guise of protecting people, but it's really real motivation for regulation is to be able to control and to be able to generate revenue streams for the government. And that's what I don't like about it. I don't like the government being big brother all the time. That 1984 thing that you said yesterday, was it George Orwell that wrote the book? Is so true.
It's a great book. Everybody should read that book.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Yeah.
All right. Well, you go ahead and get into your next segment. Sorry, I just wanted to I might start doing this a little bit more. When you start saying something, as long as you don't mind, I might interrupt you, give you my little commentary on it. We kind of go back and forth on it, that kind of thing, like we did in the old days.
All right. So let me just go ahead and share this again. And here it is. So we were just talking about, of course, how the U.S. is basically going to be the last to show up to the show when it comes to these ISOs. There are many cryptocurrencies that will be integrated into this new financial system referred to as ISO 222 compliant cryptocurrencies. And I just want to state this. You know what? I know that we don't have exactly the best numbers right now. I did see that George of Cryptos R Us has like 2.7 thousand people watching his show right now. And there's, that's just one of those things. But another thing I wanted to point out was that, you know what, a lot of people don't quite understand this whole concept of ISOs, and a lot of the ones that are watching right now do. And let's face it, guys, we don't ever want to be fortune tellers and predict the future. But I will state this: once that switch gets turned on, my goodness, all the quote unquote top influencers will be covering this. So you know what? Like Legrand mentioned, might as well prepare for the bull run in the bear market. Might as well prepare for the ISOs right now. So here we are. And I give you guys a shout out for being here with us tonight. So, like it mentions, there are many cryptocurrencies that will be integrated into this new financial system referred to ISO 222. And is much speculation that these cryptocurrencies will soar in price once the standards implement. Not just soar, but like, oh man, I mean, like beyond parabolic, like nothing I have even seen, even in the last bull run, or some of you guys have, that have been into crypto for many years have even seen. Some of these price predictions of like XRP, like, past 10,000 a coin, and Quant past, 103,000. Some of you guys even got up at 1 million, and some people are like, that's just nuts. You have to have crazy overall crypto market cap for that to happen. And the answer basically is where these central banks come in. That's how it all basically happens. If your crypto is tied into these financial sectors, right, and is bringing in trillions of dollars in volume per day, and it's tied into crypto, that's how the mass adoption happens, not from a retail side. So this right here, we're talking about transactions per day, trillions and so on. So, this is a different way of looking at it, but it states 45.8 million transactions per day. This is how many transactions the existing international payment systems handle. You guys hear the terms all the time, SWIFT, right? So this international money transfer system was founded in the early 1970s and has been the backbone for international and cross-border payments for nearly 50 years. And that, of course, is changing literally next month. Ready with Quant is already changed. They've already done a lot ahead of everybody else with what they're doing in Central America. Of course, we covered that a few times. We recorded videos here at Crypto Talk now. But it says the problem with the existing SWIFT system is that it is slow, expensive, It's laden with paperwork and founded, of course, on legacy technology. Basically, borderline mid 20th century technology, right? Dates back to the 70s. That's way too
That's
old.
way old. Yeah.
I'm thinking of like Atari. I'm thinking of like Pong and stuff like that. I mean, that's just
and just think about all the payment systems that have come since then. Just think about, for example, PayPal when it comes to like eBay and stuff like that.
But even that, I mean, that's Web 2. We're literally at Web 3, and we're seeing how that's evolving towards that. So it mentions the implementation of ISO 222 will bring the antiquated financial transactional system up to date by utilizing blockchain technology. Just the key takeaway is how everything gets on, from not even being officially, I guess you could say, on a modern ledger to actually just that, a digital ledger. All these financial institutions want just that, to be on a digital ledger. It's a lot faster, it's a lot cheaper, and it's a lot more efficient. And if anything, it's a lot more secure. So this right here, it says, getting this up to date, utilizing blockchain technology and the incorporation of a multitude of cryptocurrencies to handle the transaction volume. Again, you're not going to be able to bring in like Mike Cornwell pointed out months ago, there's countries bringing in like 5 trillion in volume, within however many hours. You look at like the old system, like it shows up here. I mean, that was 45.8 million. That sounds like a lot. That ain't even a drop in the bucket compared to 5 trillion, right? So as a consequence, like it mentions, of the implementation of this new system, it's anticipated that cryptocurrencies will form this new financial system, will also perform very, very well. I mean, like how well? Is it like 30% max? Is it 50%? But we'll see a nice, up to 100% pump. I'm not talking about that. I am literally talking about parabolic pumps that you've never seen in your entire life, even if you've been in crypto, like I mentioned, for 5 or 6 years. I saw the most insane parabolic pump when it came to Shiba Inu when it went to all-time highs. I'm talking about blowing that completely out of the water like never before. So it says investment opportunity of a lifetime, generational wealth. Yes, this is where it's created. There is a lot of speculation that the cryptocurrencies that are compliant with the standard and part of the network will increase tremendously in value. Rumor has it that the switch will happen in just one day. Think about that. And it's not just in one day. Like, it could be even less than that, right? Like maybe within a few hours or a few minutes. But basically just that, in one day. Likely a day, not a specific day, but a day in November. There are only a handful of cryptocurrencies that are identified as ISO 222 compliant. And it says that will complement and make up this new financial system. We've seen this particular one before. I'm going to blow it up a little more. And of course, you can see how this is all connected. XDC's, Zinfin network. You see a little bit of Algorand, of course, right in the middle of everything. Quant connects everything to everything.
Can you describe Quant again? What is your analogy for what Quant is? I think you just said
the Microsoft of ISO 222.
That's it. Okay.
Absolutely. 110%. The ISO, it's basically the premier standard for a blockchain operating system.
So it's like an operating system. That's why I
say Microsoft. Yep, okay. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like you guys know me. I'm in the gaming, where I used to be back when I used to not be part of Crypto Talk now, and just kind of have more time. But think about like you're a game developer and so on. You have, you want to develop a game for the Sony PlayStation. You want to develop a game for Xbox. You want to develop a game for the Nintendo Switch. Technically, all those are forms of operating systems, right? Well, with Quant, you have, Microsoft, like it's just that it's an operating system that connects this entire structure and makes it all happen. And that in itself, in my humble opinion, that's a monopoly. And as you guys know, just kind of like the game, you have a monopoly on anything, you're going to be making some bank, literally. And so that's what excites me. I'm sure that's what excites a lot of you guys. You see some of these other ones, for instance, heck,
so Quant might IBM. Quant might actually be sort of like the Bitcoin of the ISOs. It could be like the leader of the pack where everything else follows it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something
It
like
will
that.
be
Okay.
the leader of the pack where everything else follows it. It's more attractive, currently speaking, than compared to Bitcoin. Because if anything, as we know, Bitcoin doesn't have that utility. Quant does. There's always going to be the Bitcoin comparisons because you look at the circulating supply of Quant and you look at the circulating supply of Bitcoin. It has a more attractive circulating supply that is far more or less than Bitcoin. And again, the greatest thing about it, the utility. Bitcoin doesn't have the utility. Now I get it. Bitcoin stands out because it's like you mentioned, it's one of the legacy cryptos that's been around from the founding stages. You know what I mean? But kind of like, again, back to gaming to a sense. Did Atari stand the test of time, if you will, being the premier one, even though it was one of the original consoles? No. They're still around and people recognize the name and they still develop games, but you're not going to buy a brand new Atari with the latest graphics and all that type of stuff. Things go into cycles, kind of like what you saw at the beginning of the year 2000 and so on. I mean, pets.com, remember all the people invested in that. Like pets.com, like nobody even knows about pets.com right now, right? But for some people way back then, that was a big thing. Or investing into domain names and all sorts of things. So I mean, what I'm saying is everything goes into certain cycles. Believe it or not, even Bitcoin, to a sense, will be part of this whole cycle. Quant is, was it like ranked 31 or 30 currently speaking, and that's huge for Quant. And it's just one of those premier ones that really stands out. But here's the diagram, if you will. You can kind of see how all this connects to everything. I know some of you guys are in IOTA, but I mean, heck, look at some of these big name businesses that not necessarily crypto. IBM. I mean, who doesn't know about IBM? But again, right in the middle of it all is literally Quant. Of course, we see XRP, some of the other ones like is referred to as the triple X's and so on. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys that, and then on top of it, it's this right here, the list of compliant ISO 222 cryptocurrencies. The ones that are identified as being ISO, or like what you see right here: IOTA, Hedera, HBAR, Quant, Algorand, XDC, Ripple, Stellar. I know that we have on the thumbnail Cardano. Cardano's not officially it, but it's one of those ones in which, like, you can see that it's basically right at the door, if you will, to become compliant. But technically speaking, it's not officially yet. Of course, there's more details in regards to all this. But if you want, we can get back into the comments just for a brief moment. But let's try to have a good flow with this, because we're going to show you guys a little bit more in regards to this. This is the kind of, like, I guess you could say, the educational side, because it's one thing for us to talk about, like, yeah, we're gung-ho about XRP and whatnot, and we're gung-ho about this, and what is this ISO thing? We're trying to, I guess you could say, give you guys a little bit more in-depth crypto education to understand the significance of all this. Just like the thumbnail says, preparing for November. You should want to know what you're invested in. It's part of, your own research. I get it. Some people just have the attitude, you know what? I just like the FOMO in. It seems like it's a great thing. You don't need to convince me. I'm not trying to convince anything on anything. We're not trying to twist your arm to buy in this. This is not helping us out, but we want to, of course, provide value to our watchers, listeners, whatever the case be, who are joining us tonight.
All right. Well, let's jump into the comments. Thanks, Max, and we'll bounce back to the educational part. Mentalek, welcome. He says, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Dowie saying hello. Mr. Casual, what's up? Mr. Lambos. Crypto Talk, XRP over Quant by a little margin. B. Ricky, I am thankful Larry has been pumping the show now. With that, all Max does, it should be great. Yeah, it's going to get better for sure.
Thanks, Ricky.
Welcome to the Crypto Smith. What's up, boys? Glad to see you. The Crypto Smith.
Hey, Crypto Smith. Yep.
Thank you, Sean, for being here. Keep going. B. Rizzle. Meow. All right. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. What's up, homies? Meow. Yes, sir. I believe it's Taco Tuesday. I forgot about Taco Tuesday. LeGrand James.
I wanted to have Taco Tuesday, but I was like, I got to get to the show. So,
what's up, Kitty? All right. That's in case you guys don't know, Cool Cat Crypto is actually the Cornwell's house cat. He's actually absorbed. He teaches the Cornwells a lot about crypto, and then they teach him a little bit too. It goes back and forth. B. Ricky, Max, check out Cal Smith, Old School Country. I haven't heard of Cal Smith. Brian Dowie, Tim Shea, that would be great. All right. Meow. Hey, Brian and Mike. Brian Dowie, Yankees should have signed him. They should have, they did offer him a good deal. I think they offered him like 30 million plus, but it didn't go.
Too bad George Steinbrenner ain't still alive. He would have signed him in a heartbeat. He wouldn't even messed around.
Oh, he would just give him 45 million right off the bat.
But done.
We're done. Edward Vincent. Now he can pretty much write his own check. It's called the Ballpark in Arlington. That's it. I ran.
That's why I mentioned Arlington. No, I'm telling you, man, people live in that area, like they're hardcore fans. They're just not necessarily just Ranger fans, like they're just hardcore baseball fans.
So here's a fun fact. Before I moved to North Carolina, I went to go visit for a week, but I had never been to Texas. Texas was my number 2. I was either going to move because I wanted to go to a warmer climate. I was either going to go to North Carolina, Texas, or Florida, and I chose North Carolina. I never even made it to check out Texas, but Texas is my type of place. I could see myself living in Texas. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. Brian, did you get any Florida Panthers players on your team? Would be smart. Okay. Team Shea, just like the Sox with our 2 big free agents. Max, you demand, says Edward Vincent.
You the man, but thank you.
My Cleveland Indians all day, Larry. You know that Cleveland's having a good season. I'm glad he called them the Indians. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. Miami Marlins taking it in 23. Well, they got a young team. They always seem to have some good young pitching. Crypto Mike, Larry is the juiced up marketing team. Laugh out loud. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'm not on steroids, but yeah, I do take performance enhancing supplements.
Okay, man. We combine the fathead crypto with the juiced up Larry, and together we have this Bloody Mary. No, I'm kidding.
Marlins always lose the good players. They do because they're just in a smaller market, but they have beautiful weather. Everything about Miami is beautiful, and it's a crypto-friendly place. B. Ricky, they will probably legalize steroids before they do weed in Texas. I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, here's somebody new. BMT DIV. What's up, gents? Thank you for all you do. When do you think that Ethereum will regain previous highs?
Oh, man.
I'll tell you.
Hey, yeah, that's hard to ask that right now. Go ahead.
The end of 2023 will be my guess.
You think there's going to be that far set back?
The bull run starts February 14th, 2023. I'm getting tired of saying it. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's like a fact pretty much. Off the record, it's a fact. And then but it's not, it's going to take a little time. And, it's what was the highs, like 3,000 and something like that. So
Ethereum was up over 4,000 at one point, but yeah.
4,000. Okay. So to give myself a little bit of leeway, I'm saying by the end of 2023, but it might be like the middle of 2023. But just in case I'm a little bit off of my prediction, I give myself a little leeway.
Yeah, we need at least a really decent bull run for Ethereum again. But this whole thing with the merge, I mean, it's just stuck in crap right now.
Yeah, it's not doing too. I still say it's going down to 850. When the real crash happens before the end of 2022, you heard it here first. You will see Ethereum go back to $850. I thought it was legal everywhere. All right. Ricky says, yes, but it doesn't stop us. LeGrand Commission, I regret selling my baseball card collection.
I still have mine. It's in a box and never been opened.
I only have a fraction of what I used to have. I used to, since 11 years old, have a big collection. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. Texas is one of the most conservative states. It is, for sure.
Arizona used to be. Now we're kind of a purple state.
We need a BS channel, says B. Ricky. All right. Don't care about which channel. I only travel to states with legal MJ. All right. Red Coin Cards, another channel. Yeah, we'll do it on another channel. Brian Dowie, it's legal here as long as you're holding less than 28 ounces on you. Okay. Tim Shea, another. I mean, you already do it anyway. Okay. No, I'm talking about a whole show that doesn't involve crypto. Like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours of just anything and everything. We'll do that on another channel. We'll start another channel soon. We'll tell you guys about it here if you guys want to come over and support us, at least help us get off the ground. You know what would be funny, Max? I'll make this prediction.
Now, I was going to say, too, I think I know what you're thinking. We go over there, and then everybody demands us to talk about crypto.
That would be the first thing I was going to say. That would be so funny. What are you guys doing not talking about crypto? What do you think about this? And I'm going to say, look, it's not crypto, but we'll talk about it because it's anything and everything. But so we'll have to, we'll have to respect our core fans, right? Our core community. But what would be funny is if we go over and do a new channel called Anything and Everything or something like that with Max and Larry, if we start it and all of a sudden we just get lucky and we get like 300 people watching, then we're going to be like using that to get everyone to come over here. And we want to keep staying on there because it'll promote this network, right?
Dude, it'd be crazy. Like all sorts of just like monumental stuff happens. Like the casting couch like comes alive in the middle of this divide of you on the left and me on the right. This window starts opening of like the two slides, and out comes Lisa, the rock lady.
I'm telling you guys, it's going to be Larry Unplugged. You're not going to want to miss it. There's no holding back. It's going to be X-rated. You know what I mean? Like not X-rated, but it's not going to be family friendly. It's not going to be family friendly. So you don't have to worry about that.
Lots of the rock lady, guys. I'm kidding.
Better than the rock lady. I'm bringing the snacks to the cruise after the bull run. Just need to keep Larry off the nude deck. Don't need Larry plugging all the, I can't see what that little emoji is. All the holes.
You know what? Somebody else.
I'm not like that. I don't plug all the holes. I had only special holes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, special holes, right?
Yeah, it has to be something special.
Yeah, it can't just be anything and everything.
Not anything and everything. Red coin cards. There's another meaning to that channel. Anything and everything. Red coin cards. Awesome when sprinkled in. Oh, he likes us talking about other stuff sprinkled in.
Huh, okay.
All right. Mike. All right. XRP and Quant. Mr. Lambo's Crypto Talk. XRP ever so slightly. Legrand Commission. Just keep doing what you're doing. You talk about everything anytime you want. Not sure I will tune in for a show that doesn't call about crypto. Just my thoughts. But imagine this, Legrand. We have 500 people watching anything and everything. And all of a sudden, you come in there and you're like, oh my God, Hablamos Crypto Ahora. And we say, oh, you know what? This is our family over here. Watch them. And then you know what? We all blow up because Larry goes and talks about crazy stuff happening on his couch. And Max talks about, man, he's like in shock about what goes on.
And I bust out the Dave Chappelle on my couch. Another one, never mind.
Brian Dowie, I have both. Just curious. All right. Crypto Mike, you got to look at crypto like Larry looks at chicks. The more you get in the bag, the better you are. Well, it goes on, you have to have quality too. Selmo Fudd, you don't just want to have a bunch of crap coins. Selmo Fudd, Slugger, Aaron Judge, number 62. Congratulations to Aaron Judge and his family. Brian Dowie, Larry, his mom has been watching a lot of the games. And so has Roger Maris Jr. Roger Maris' son has been going to the games with, right alongside the Aaron Judge family, his wife and his mom. Brian Dowie, Larry's still waiting on 5 cents XRP. That would be amazing. I'll tell you what, you'll never hear me shut up. If XRP gets down even to 17 cents, you'll never hear the end of it. If it just touches 17 cents, it becomes a new all-time low in the last couple years. You'll never hear me stop. Larry might end up buying XRP at $200. Oh, I hope not. I won't wait that long. Brian Dowie, not a chance, Mr. Lambos. Larry doesn't get anything at $200. All right, that's too rich for my blood. Tim Shea, Larry wants $100 Bitcoin. All right, they're laughing. Not a chance. Larry pays $200 for anything. You know me pretty well. Crypto Mike, I'm banned from Twitter. How'd you get banned from Twitter? That's not good. All right, Mike, were you messing with CZ again? Brian Dowie?
I remember what it was. It was about the whole string up somebody or something. We can't really say it because we don't want to get banned either.
Chaka Crypto. Chaka Khan. Hey, what's up, everyone? Max, Larry, what's up, gentlemen?
Hey, Chaka, good to see you.
Crypto Mike says, well, Fat Man Terra blocked me. That was awesome. Laugh out loud. I feel special. Well, he's supposed to be pretty famous. Brian Dowie, laugh out loud. Nice, Mike. I'm getting tired of the Crypto King clown as well. I just, I had to reserve judgment because I don't judge anybody, but I will say this, maybe it's a mistake because I had an opportunity that I talked about with Classic Crypto. I invited him and his friend Crypto King on the show. Did people don't want him to come on? Maybe people are upset about something he's saying about Luna Classic. So just let me know because we could get him on.
I don't know. I think Mike Cornwell is going to go all Tupac hit him up on him. So you know, you gotta be. I'm gonna make sure all your kids don't grow. Wow.
Brian Dowie, Mike, I think I mentioned that to you in Discord a while ago. He talks so much crap, in my opinion. That's a perfect example of a marketer pretending to be smart. He just pumps whenever whim he feels like and don't actually access issues that can arise from actions, especially from someone with many viewers. With great power comes great responsibility. Brian Dowie agrees. The ISO November. He'll be talking about the ISOs in a few months. All right. All of his videos start well with my Luna Classic family. Do I have news for you? I've been talking to 10 exchanges. This is what they have agreed to do. Blah, blah, blah. I have 1 billion Luna Classic. All right. Welcome back, Steve the Canadian. Steve the Canadian, perhaps making a sandwich because he is a connoisseur of sandwiches. Perhaps he's the philosopher of sandwich making. DeFi, in fact, I think he said the other day that everything starts with the grilled cheese sandwich. So is life. DeFi doesn't exist outside of Bitcoin. All right, Crypto Mike. I bought something to his attention that I would consider mildly intelligent to be able to compute, and he absolutely blew over his head. Like I said, marketer, not intellectual. Laugh out loud. All right. Steve says crypto.com is out of Singapore, and they operate in 29 countries. I did not know that. So the states dropping it wouldn't be a big deal. Okay, thank you for that clarification. Almost every crypto you guys know, maybe 99% will not survive any of this, no matter how real they are. I think he's talking about regulation, not a crash. Funny you say that. As regulation comes, they'll be watching the top influencers. They will. They'll be watching them. Brian Dowie, Mr. Lambos, just seen your hockey comment. No, I didn't want it Ekblend, but he went right before a pick.
Well, on some of those you just skip. I mean, you know, it's just conversation with them. It's just that we're going to 1 hour and 12. We only did like one segment so far. So
yeah, I'm ready for you. Let's just say one more person. Welcome back to Damon Vargas. And how valuable do you guys see Algorand? Seems like it getting used around the world. Well, that's part of the ISOs.
Right? Yeah, it's one of the, I guess you could say, top ones outside of the XXX, in my opinion.
All right, so we can jump back into the new segment. I'm going to grab some more water. I'll be right back.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get this going. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit more in regards to ISO 222. And here we go. So let's see here. So you saw a little bit in regards to that. I'll show you guys some of this. And there's a little bit right here. It says, is this the biggest investment opportunity of 2022? I personally believe it is. There's so much, of course, talk about Luna Classic, and rightfully so. But I mean, you know, who says that you can't get into more than one thing? So there's still a lot of speculation as to the exact timing and true volume of transactions this new blockchain system will handle. Yeah, but I think it's going to be, you know, still beyond massive, given that this new international payments financial system is set to replace the existing one. The volume of transactions in this new system will be unlike anything cryptocurrency space has ever seen. Mainly because we're dealing with what? The central banks, and like it never handled that type of thing before. But that doesn't mean it hasn't been tested. Think about it for a moment. You know, you see the TPS transactions per second and the finalizations of a lot of those things have been already tested. So if anything, I think it can more than handle it. It's not just like to talk about, oh, you know, you having all these countries being onboarded and they're just going to be like, well, we believe in crypto, or we believe in the technology behind XRP and some of these other ones, and we're just hoping for the best. No, you know, they're not going to do that. This has all been fully tested for the most part, right? I mean, you know, again, part of all of 2023 and going into multiple years is seeing how well things run and how smooth it is. But I think it's going to more than prove itself. And hence why I believe personally that the United States hopefully could just recognize it long before 2025 and, you know, basically just jump to the front of the line and say, you know what, we're not waiting that long. So it says, if all international payments are put through these few ISO 222 compliant cryptocurrencies, the sheer volume of transactions could boost both the market capitalization and market value of these cryptos considerably. I don't even think it's going to be the point where it's could. I definitely think it will be, because like we mentioned before, it's all about the supply and demand. We've seen about everything in regards to supply and demand when it comes to the retail sector. This is literally so much bigger of a sector that I don't even think people really fathom it. Think about this. You're the average, middle class worker, and you make so much per month, per year. Let's say you make 60 grand a year, right? And you have a savings, and let's say you've been a hard worker for, 40 years or something like that. You're approaching literally retirement. You have a decent Roth IRA, all the good things, right? So I don't know. Let's say by this time, I'm just throwing an example out there. You managed to save up, let's just throw out a figure like 250 grand. Now that sounds impressive, and don't get me wrong, that's decent. But then when you compare that, let's face it, to the central banks of the world, you're not even remotely a drop in the bucket compared to the massive amount of money they have. So when you take that comparison of the retail sector, which is such a small smidge compared to that broader perspective of central banking authorities, there is absolutely no comparison other than realizing one's bringing in trillions of dollars, if not euros or whatever currency it is, of value compared to the retail side, again, which, don't get me wrong, it's big. It's just that is where the adoption comes. I cannot stress that enough. So many people put so much emphasis on we got to do this on the retail. More retail investors got to come in this project and that project. Yeah, that's great. But as far as this whole goal of 2030 getting to 50% crypto adoption, this is the massive wave to jumpstart that, big time. So we're going to go a little bit further down. This says, if you like to, of course, knock on our top pick on the list, check out our free newsletter. I just thought I'd mention that because, some of you guys kind of like some of this stuff. Yeah, it's not, premium stuff that I try to deliver to you guys, from Investor Place, which is, that's a paid thing that I just like to share with you all. But, altcoin investors, not too shabby. Now, a little bit more. So there's this right here. And, we talked, of course, a little bit about what purposes do ISO standards serve, right? Well, there's a little bit more to it. So it says those standards, ISO aims to promote international trade and protect end users by ensuring the products being made are safe and an acceptable quality. To date, ISO has set over 20,000 standards and continuously updates them by releasing technical reports and analysis and publications. ISO's catalog of standards includes 97 yields covering healthcare. I saw in the comments what some of you guys are asking. I think it was Steve the Canadian, right? So in regards to algo. So again, boom, there it is right there. Okay. Agriculture, engineering, shipping, weaponry, metallurgy, and more. The global financial industry is one of the many industries in which ISO sets its standards. I'm going to jump a little bit further down because some of you guys ask me this sometimes, and I tell you in a DM, but some of you other guys just kind of want to see it on a show, and that's fine too. What is the role, Max, of ISO 222 in crypto? Well, here you go. A crypto that complies with ISO 222 standard could be approved by a centralized bank that enables crypto payments. ISO standardized crypto identifiers are going to change the way the crypto is used. If ISO issues an official code for a crypto, such as Bitcoin or Ethereum, that crypto will enter the database tables of top financial services like Visa and MasterCard. And again, I will always give this gentleman a shout out because you know what? He's like a walking two-legged dictionary as far as I'm concerned, or encyclopedia when it comes to the ISOs. And that's you, Mike Cornwell. You point out a long time ago, I think you showed a me an image that showed like a quant. It looked like literally like kind of like American Express, the black card. But here's the example, guys. That crypto will enter the database tables of top financial services like Visa and MasterCard. And if you think about this, think of Gilbert Veridian, or Veridian, I should say. Is it Veridian or Veridian? Something like that. Anyway, CEO of Quant, okay? Think of his background with what we literally just mentioned here. I believe it was MasterCard, if I'm not mistaken. He's got a lot of experience and history with them. Again, we were talking about the whole thing with the, Quant and being the premier blockchain operating system, like Microsoft basically, but for blockchain. And then you think about his background. I think that right there in itself, and all the connections Quant has, I don't even need to go on and on about it. Look into it yourself. So what is the ISO 4217 currency identifier standard? Again, you can look more into this. We're talking, of course, about these other ones. But one thing I definitely want to mention is this. It says, aside from currency codes, ISO also assigns international securities identification number, which is called the ISIN, codes to securities, including stocks, bonds, and derivatives. Of course, you see some of this listed right here. Each currency has a unique 3-letter ISO code. And again, some of this is like, maybe you're interested in this, maybe you're not. But if you have a more effective and efficient way in which messages are being, sent, especially when it comes to, like for instance, let's say an English-speaking country sending out a message to a financial institution, I don't know, Singapore or, South Korea, heck, Japan, you name it, right? The reply back is going to be in those type of Asian characters, right? So, in Japan, you have Japanese characters. It's very distinct. I myself, within a blink of an eye, I can tell the difference between if it's traditional, like Mandarin, or if it's simplified and so on. I don't speak it, but what I'm saying is I can tell the difference between if it's Korean characters, right? It's just kind of like more bubbly, if you will, more circular when it comes to how they make their characters. But my point is, if you have a system that can really differentiate on the fly, again, like we mentioned before, you heard the expression time and time again, time is money. And it's just that you have a more effective communication standard that's going to save so much more time, it's more efficient, et cetera, et cetera. The old way took too much time to decipher through code, if you will. And on top of that, you even have situations where like you have a top bank manager having to literally make a phone call to another, the opposite side of the earth. And they also have the time. All right, well, our time is this. Over there, they're technically closed. We'll have to wait until, I have to call this guy in the middle of the night. It just slows everything down to a halt. And if you think about, for instance, like what's going on with the likes of like Ukraine and, this crisis with Russia and so on, if you can have a standard that ciphers through it all almost instantaneously, you can imagine the demand that in itself creates. And not only that, for your crypto asset. So a little bit further down, I'm just showing you some of this. And right now we got this right here. It says the following chart shows in some ways in which crypto codes could clash with current ISO 4217 currency identifiers. Again, we're not talking so much about the 4217, but like for instance, it mentions Bitcoin and some of these other ones. But what really stands out is if you think about this, it's about what's ISO 222 compliant. And it's just that, think about the technology behind these. And when you think about some of this right here, it's like there isn't really any utility in Bitcoin and so on. I mean, yeah, it's going to send a message, but it's not quite to where it needs to be. So before we take a deeper dive into all this, I want to show you this. And that is, what exactly is an ISO 222 message? So, sometimes people have mentioned that to me in the past, like, I could kind of understand what you're talking about on the show, Max, but is there any way you could just do like an actual breakdown, like for I could see an example? Well, here's an example. So for instance, ISO 222 formatted messages capture individual data elements in XML tags. Again, if you're into this type of language, which most of you guys aren't, but it's okay. When I think of XML, I think of like just that. This is a particular computer language. You ever used Python before? That particular thing. Please do not come to me saying, "Hey, Max, I want you to work on this particular project." I'm not making fun of anything. I myself am just I can decipher certain things. That does not mean I write code. So I just want to throw that out there because sometimes people are like, "Hey, I want you to write code for me." And I'm like, "No, I can't do that." But anyway, like you see this right here. So we're going to have John Doe could represent the name of the person initiating payment. Again, just throw out all the code garbage and just think of, I'm sending a message from point A to point B. That's just the main takeaway. So in this case, John Doe can represent the name of the person initiating a payment. The tagging of each data element makes it easy to develop programs to automatically identify and process the information. Let's look at how much detail can be included in an ISO 222 formatted postal address. So here's a non-ISO 222 address fields. Right? Many systems currently use these free text lines or open fields with character limits on each line for an address. This allows address information to appear anywhere within the free formatted lines. Here's an example. And of course, it kind of looks just like, how you slap on an address or even handwrite an address to your buddy or sending a payment, across state lines and so on with the traditional post office, right? Says a person may be able to understand what is meant to be, but an automated system might make a mistake interpreting this, resulting in processing error and other complications. Again, right back to my example of in the banking sector, and especially when it comes to English-speaking countries and our, westernized alphabet and our keyboard strings and so on, sending a message to the likes of somebody who has a completely different alphanumeric keyboard, and to him it just comes up as gibberish just as much as like when it comes to us it looks like gibberish. But when you take that out of the equation because you have a technology that ciphers through it all almost instantaneously, again, like I mentioned before, time is money. How do we know that? Literally this example right here. So ISO 222 formatted address elements, you can see all this. Now, you may be thinking, oh, I just want to hear the crypto stuff. I just want to I just want to hear it to the moon. I just want to hear that. That's all I want to hear. And I want my hopium. Well, look here. All right. This gives you kind of a breakdown of how, garbled everything can be together. And if anything, if you have, again, a technology kind of like XRP and so on, that just absolutely ciphers through it, sends the message instantaneous. It doesn't even matter if the person on the other end speaks the same language as you do. As long as the message comes along on their side, that they see, you know what? The guy in Ukraine needs this country needs 5 trillion, and it's pretty cut and dry. And I'm literally the central banking authority of, I don't know, someplace in South Korea. And they're like, all right, well, are they ISO 222 compliant? Yep. Is it the month of November? Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, the flip has been switched on. All right. Well, let's get these guys their money. And boom, it happens. And your crypto is tied into some kind of technology like that. Now do you kind of have an idea what I'm talking about? All right. Hopefully you do. Now, we got some news that's going to come up in regards to like XRP and some of this other stuff, but I just wanted to break down just a little bit about what exactly this means and what it entails, because ISO 222 is going to be absolutely huge, especially when November comes. And again, I really see everybody hopping on the bandwagon when it comes to covering these type of things. Yeah, we talk about Luna Classic and we have the Luna Classic show and so on, but here at Crypto Talk Now, we're going to continuously talk about these as well, because if anything, somebody needs to. If it needs to be us, I'm cool with that. Back to you, Larry.
Sounds good to me. It's good to get some education in here. We've got 20 beautiful people in here. We haven't said this all night because we forgot to, or I forgot to. If you would just hit the like button, appreciate you doing that. Let's go back and see where the star is. Okay, here it is. Tim Shea says, Damon. Algo, what? Algo is used. Oh, he's responding to Damon. Sorry. Damon.
Matt
Algo
Damon.
is used. Oh, Damon Vargas right here. Damon, algo is used for healthcare and government. Very important. All right. Crypto Talk Now VR. Max and Larry, good things are coming regarding new videos for CTN. Oh, he's gonna make some too? Is that what he's saying? All right, that would be
Well,
great.
it's just, well, we need to get with him sometime.
Yeah.
He wants to update us on the website, the tech that he's been working on.
Okay, cool.
He's just amazing individual, Mr. Legrand Commission.
Oh, that was Edward Vincent saying that, but yeah, Legrand we have to get with too.
Well, he's
And I
amazing
think
individual too, but I'm saying,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
All right, cool. Brian Dowie, creatine ain't steroids, Larry. Yeah, but it kind of gives me a feeling like I'm doing something, to juice up. I gotta deliver oxygen and water to the muscles. Jeff Prudent, 350Z, crypto winter is going to last. Oh, I thought he meant crypto winter, the person. Until Democrats lose the White House. That's my guess. Red Coin Cards. Hey, guys, what are your preferred tools, sites to research crypto? You want to answer that one, Max?
I don't really use a specific tool to research crypto. So, like, CMC, I mean, I keep that for my portfolio. I keep it for my watch list. I go through there. I see what's going on, what's new, what's not. And then from there, if I'm interested in a particular thing due to like, this is new, or, oh, this is some kind of new thing in DeFi or metaverse or whatever. Then from there, I go and I click on the actual listing. And then I say to myself, okay, do they have any type of community thing like Twitter or something like that? Then I click on there, see, what's going on with that. And then either way, if it links it back to an actual site, I'll try to read the white paper, just all the normal stuff. But as far as the actual tool, I mean, I guess you can call it tool, CMC. I don't have the actual app. I just prefer using the web-based one. Even on my phone, I just connected to it on Google Chrome. And then I just log in with my portfolio information and so on. But trying to say something, Larry? Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just grabbing the gratitude rock. I was just fidgeting. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess you could say that's a tool. Once in a great while, especially with the last bull run, I used to use CoinGecko for it because CoinGecko does a better job than, of course, CMC of listing literally brand new small market cap projects when I used to be into that. I know a lot of you guys are still into that, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can still make a good amount of money with the small market cap plays. It just, for me personally, I'm away from that. I'm more
because
towards
of the ISO. Yeah, since the ISO and Terra Classic came in. Yep, me too.
Yeah, because my thing is, I can make a little bit of money on the small market cap stuff, but my portfolio, I already have so many of these ones from the small market cap stuff. Anyway, I don't really want to invest more into that. So
me neither.
But to answer your question, that's just some of it. I would recommend CMC, even if you want the app or not. That's technically speaking, that is a tool. And then as far as sites, just kind of like the ones I basically mentioned, Twitter. Yeah, I might as well use Twitter. That's a great one because right there, you can instantly put in the hashtag, like let's say Luna Classic, stuff like that. It gives you, community. There's a big difference between community-driven news for like Luna Classic, for instance, compared to mainstream outlets. Because mainstream outlets are always going to first start off the whole column with a history lesson about, the depegging of UST and all that. And then you have to cipher through it all just to get to a little tiny area about what's going on for the day. And that's not really too much of my thing. As you guys know, sometimes it is, like if they have a really good piece, but Twitter, I think if you're in the crypto, like hardcore, like myself, that's just a good tool to have, whether you're for Twitter or not. I mean, we don't even have to debate like how bad Twitter sucks as far as bots and just spam and all sorts of crap, right? But for crypto, like I never had gotten deep into Twitter until I got into crypto. So I think to me personally, like that's a must-have. So that's Twitter, CMC, probably a couple other ones I'm not mentioning. Like I already mentioned CoinGecko, but that's all I can think of at the top of my head right now. And of course, just going to the sites, reading either the white paper, light paper if it's a solid project. I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff I'm not even thinking of right now, but there you go.
Thank you. And you know what? This is something I didn't get to talk about. I thought about it last week. I actually have an idea for a couple tools that we need to talk to Legrand about. I don't think they're going to be too hard for him to implement, but one of them is, and I don't want to release this because I want us to talk actually private about it. Me, Max, and Legrand and Edward maybe. One of them is going to actually have to do with Terra Classic. I think it's a tool we could use to help the community that no one else is doing. That's the number one thing. And another thing, I don't even want to say what it is because you'll probably guess it, but I'll talk to Max after the show about it. But I think we're going to start because we have an app that's being developed. I'm actually on there. I think we'll have some tools. I think eventually Crypto Talk Now Network, I'm not just saying this as a joke. I think that we will actually provide some tools, which will be good for crypto. And it actually, the benefit to us is name recognition, like brand recognition, Crypto Talk Now Network getting out there more in the minds. Like if we can have other influencers using our tools on their shows, that's going to help get us more brand recognition. All right, Jeff Pruden.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying you're right. Larry is right about that. We just need more people to simply test that app. But the cool thing is this, and of course, I'm not trying to shill CMC or anything like that. I mean, I get it. They already merged with, Shinobi and whatnot. But if you think about like why a lot of people got into CVC, right?
CVC, yep.
Yeah. Keith was CVC in the project they used to have, and I get the whole merge. It was trying to have a non-biased chart that represented the true market cap of some of these cryptos like Hex, heck, even Saitama, and when that was a problem not being properly listed with the right market cap.
Yep.
So my attitude is without even having a token that we shilled to a bunch of people and had a bunch of people buy into it like CVC. Like I think at one point Keith, CVC raised like 4 million for CVC.
He raised 1,500 Ethereum back when Ethereum was $3,000.
Wow. So my point is like we are not even doing anything like that, but we can actually have, if I'm not mistaken, like we can have charts like that, which represents without bias and politics, right? Because let's face it, CMC, like finally they gave in, properly listed the right market cap for Luna Classic, and then becoming a top 50 crypto. Heck, I mean, it's like what, top 30 or something like that. And then a bunch of other ones, but Hex is still suppressed. Hex should be way up there, at least top 50, and they have them listed like at 200 or something. So that's incorrect. So there's too much politics. So my point is, Keith of CVC did a great job of raising, what he raised and so on. But even on our free app, we have that basic feature of non-political driven charts, if you will, on a freaking test net. And the thing is not even fully out yet. So yeah, I will honestly say our utility of this app, more and more people get into it and give it a test and see if they like it. And then once fully released on the Google Play Store and the Apple iStore, I think it's going to be huge for us because if anything, like it's a free app, it don't cost you nothing, and you get the news here, you get to look at the chart right there. It's kind of like a win-win situation. So there you go.
So I love making predictions. So I'll make a prediction for this network. So the first year, our anniversary is October 21st, coming up very soon. It's going to be the 1-year anniversary. Started out as just a YouTube channel, evolved into a network. And to be honest with you, in a lot of ways, I feel like I got my ass kicked. The first year has been, up and down. And I thought that we would get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I was way off. I told my children that we would do that and we would get a Shiba Inu puppy for Pat as a playmate. Like a Pat.
That'd be awesome.
Playmate.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
But we didn't do that in the first year, but that's okay. We are going to do it. I'm telling you right now, I'm telling you guys, because I didn't have Max in the beginning. Remember, Max was only discovered. I only discovered Max in April, right? So we got together in April. April 18th was our first show together. And we didn't know that this was going to happen. And then, LeGrand Commission comes along, and then Edward Vincent comes along, and then Jeff Pruden comes along, Hump Not Dumb comes along, Blue Whale Ricky, all these guys, Michael Cornwell, all the guys, and forgive me if I'm forgetting someone, everyone's important, but all the guys that are watching and the ladies and stuff, you guys are all helping us grow this network. Now, next year, 2023, remember something, the bull run's happening, okay? My prediction. And Max has been saying it, watch out. When this network is a part of the bull run, you're going to see the audience explode. So we're developing our utility, which we really haven't gotten together, but we have a lot of ideas separately. Legrand's got his ideas, and Edward and everybody else, Jeff, and then me and Max and a few other people. The problem is we just haven't gotten together yet. Now, once we get together, it's going to be a lot of synergy in these meetings, and I believe that we'll start developing utilities that people can use through the app and through some other stuff. And that someday there'll be a real desire to purchase the first ever Crypto Talk Now NFTs, which I think will be primarily Patches NFTs, but I don't know. Maybe there'll be some, Max or Larry NFTs. I don't know. But what I'm saying is there'll be a reason to invest in your network. Like you guys watching right now, the OGs of the OGs of the OGs, 3 OGs, will want to invest in it because you'll actually have something that you'll be a part of where it's useful. Like I'm telling you, I have a really good idea for Terra Luna Classic because I know that's what we built our live show on was that. We kind of got away from it. We talked about other stuff and we went back. And then the ISOs, those two things. And then something else I don't even want to mention because I don't want anyone to copy it, but it's something that nobody else is doing. So with all this stuff combined with our app, it's all these utilities will be in the app. I'm pretty sure of it. You're going to want to get into that. And if we want to get into a coin or token, whatever, token, maybe we could consider that. But I think that's further down the road. I don't think it's necessary. I think because I don't want it to be something. The reason why I never wanted to do a token or I tinkered with it a lot is because I'm worried that someone's going to attack the chart and it's going to hurt the image of the network. I don't want it to be like, a pump and dump scenario, even if we're trying to prevent it from happening. So that would be further down the road. So I think an NFT is safer because there's nobody that can corrupt the chart. No one can come in and pump and dump and all this kind of nonsense and then hurt the image of the network because people will be like, well, that Crypto Talk Now token's terrible. It's look at the price. It's down. Nobody buys it. No one sells it. So that's the reason why I think it's smarter from an image standpoint to not hurt our network image to go with an NFT. So there's some exciting things coming. It's going to be a big time celebration. We need to do it, Max. What is the 21st? Let me look it up on my phone. What day of the week is that? We should start telling people now about it. That's going to be a celebration night for us. The 21st is a Friday.
That's a good day.
So Friday, that's a great day for a celebration. So Friday the 21st, it's going to be a big, big show. We'll have to do some giveaway or something like that. And we'll have, we'll talk about the whole thing. We'll talk about crypto, but we'll talk about the whole story about the evolution of the network. It will be like a special 1-year anniversary network celebration, right? Because we have to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. We just have to. So it's going to be fun. So you guys all want to be there. All right. So let's keep going. Cool. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, next year is going to be a big year. Bull Run, ISOs, Terra Classic, utility coming from Crypto Talk Now, the audience growing. It's going to be fun stuff. More personalities coming on here, more shows. It's going to happen. This was what I'm trying to say, Max. Don't you think this was more of like a feeling out process where we needed to learn? We got better as content creators. We got better being on camera, more comfortable. Didn't we need to go through this 1 year, to pay our dues to learn how to do this?
Yeah, I think we paid our dues and then some. We need, we counted our blessings, all that stuff. I good things come to people who are patient. I've been told that my whole life. Mm-hmm. But you know what?
It's time to all that stuff.
Reap our rewards. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes time to build something great. We're building it. It's just taking a little longer than I thought to get to 100,000 subscribers, but that's okay. All right. So day trading. Hello, how are you guys? I'm saying it like an AI would say it. All right, Tim Shea. Hello. After the elections in November, the Democrats won't have control. A divided government is usually good for investing. All right, so keep going. Hello, I am just having good times. All right. So he wants to see the Rock Lady and Carly Crypto. I dropped a link in the comments to Carly Crypto's Twitter. The Rock Lady doesn't have a Twitter. Bitcoin BMW, Algo, Mainnet upgrade also included a state of proof integration with state of proof. The network's users can make trustless cross-chain communication without involving a third party. Thank you for that nugget of information. Cool. Bitcoin BMW. Brian Dowie, Roger Maris' son said we should call Judge the best slugger in baseball. Let's see. Chaka Crypto, what's all right? Hey, hello, Mr. Stanley. AZ Luis. 25.
Well, hello, Luis. And to you, that's Coach Stanley. Drop down and give me 50. No, I'm kidding.
Crypto Mike, I don't care if he comes on. Talking about Crypto King. All right, so saying hello to Luis. Bitcoin BMW, a little known fact for Algorand. It used to send Bitcoin on Lightning Network in El Salvador. All right, Jeff Pruden 350Z. Did I miss the talk about algo? You might have. Mr. Lambos.
We didn't even talk about that much. We just mentioned about the whole thing with the healthcare and stuff. We didn't take it too deep of a dive. Later on, when we allocate the right amount of time and not like go through a half an hour of this is not me jabbing you, my friend. I'm just saying, like, we're having some good problems, which is good. Good problems, which is good. God, that sounds horrible. Yeah. They are good problems because if anything, we are getting a lot more comments, and but it is getting to the point where we have to, just jump simply in front of that,
maybe
it's nothing against our community, but we have to do that because otherwise it's going to be like what LeGrand pointed out, he was joking around, but like, what do you say, like 25 minutes of crypto and 2.5 hours of whatever else,
Yeah. Maybe what we can do from now on is look at the clock up there. See, right now it says 1 hour and 46 minutes. Maybe what we do is you talk for 10 minutes at a time, and then we stop and we go back to comments, and then we talk
5.
You want to do 5?
I'm saying like 10 minutes, like maybe crypto. Go back to comments, maybe 5 to 10 minutes at the very most.
5, yeah.
It has to be a balance of back and forth, not.
Yeah.
All right, let's welcome everybody, and it's like 35 minutes, and then finally we kick it in, and it's only for like 10 minutes to talk, crypto talk. But we'll get it more flowing for you guys. We didn't realize that we had more people coming in and doing a lot of comments, and that's great. This is the type of good.
Yeah, when we were kind of dead, we were just reading the comments because it didn't take that long.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Tim Shea says you can do several shows just on algo. All right. Algorand is in Nigeria, IPR agreement, national wallet. So you think we could do something like this, Max? So in the beginning, we do the comments and a welcome for 5 minutes. Then we do a 10-minute news segment where you do the news. Then we go back to the comments. I read them for 5 minutes and we address the comments. Then we go back. So do you think like 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10?
I mean, even if it has to be something kind of like weird and old school, like the 19, like back in the days where, and don't take this the wrong way, with you ladies out there, I have nothing but mad love and respect for y'all. But, the stereotypical, 1950s, oven stopwatch or whatever, where you rewind a thing and literally you have, boom, ding, 5 minutes, right? All right, go on to the next one. Even if it has to be old school like that, just for you can hear it.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, I could get like a little stop clock over here. I could push the button and it just buzzes. I hear it. You won't be a visual, but I'll hear it. And then
I don't think it would be anything corny. Like it ain't gonna be like the Academy Awards. It's like, all right, I want to thank the producers, my wife, blah blah blah. Dang, your time's up. Well, we're gonna get you off of here, and you can't accept your award. It's not like that. It's just literally like kind of like what you originally talked about when we first got together, kind of like a pardon the interruption type thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, I think a format would help us like that because then people would get used to it too.
Yeah.
I think we could experiment tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday?
Wednesday.
No, Wednesday. So it's Wednesdays with Max. I might come on if you want me, but we could do 5 in the beginning, welcome and comments, and then 10. We could try the 5, 10, 5, 10, 5, 10 thing and see how it goes. See if that helps. Smooth it out. All right. Brian Dowie says Larry looks interested in quant. He's waiting for it. It's at $1 or it's at $141. I don't know if it's going to go back down to 25. I kind of missed the boat when it was at 45. Bitcoin, BMW, Argentina, Argo token, the first global tokenization infrastructure of Argo commodities. Right?
Agro. Yeah, agro.
Huh. That's some good points to look into. Let me know if you need more. All right. Edward Vincent. I have a pet peeve of not properly addressing things correctly. Just so I'm clear, it's technically called ISO 20022. You saw that there were different thousands compliances, question mark.
I mean, tomato.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. I'm still calling it ISO 222.
Yeah. It's easier to say. Luna Classic will be the perfect DeFi. I want to make NFT lock in a denomination of Luna Classic and deleted that from the supply, but it still holds value because it can be unlocked. Jeff Pruden 350Z. We need ciders. I'm not sure what he means by that.
Booze. He
what
has
does he
lots of booze.
Oh,
He's like that. He's like that. And like, you ever seen that movie called Superbad? And there's a guy on the bus, the bum.
I
And
heard
then,
of the movie, but I
and then
didn't.
the kid comes on. He's like, "It's you, McMuffin. Give me that booze." Remember that? Well, he wants the
I didn't see
ciders.
that.
He wants the ciders. He wants the hard cider. So Jeff Prudence literally like, "Give me that booze."
Brian Dowie, there's a poll going on. Is Larry texting Carly Crypto or the Rock Lady? Actually, neither. Jeff Prudent 350Z. Oops, coder. April.
Oh,
Dawn Cornwell. Jeff, ever call that number? I'll laugh out loud. No. All right. I'm not that gullible. It could have been the phone number to the local Taco Bell. It was time and temp. Laugh out loud. Hee. All right. Follow Carly Crypto. Here's the Twitter link. You can follow her there if you guys are asking about her. Jeff Prudent, what is the time and temp? A job place. Poll is over. It was Carly Crypto. Okay. All right. Red coin cards. Top 3 layer ones in order. Outside of Ethereum, if ETH is number 1, why? Sorry for the technical one. All right. So what are your top 3 layer ones?
Oh gosh, this is easy.
Right.
Number 1 would be Luna Classic.
Okay.
Number 2,
Cardano.
I guess. I mean,
He's like, you're one of those closet. You know what it is? Me too. Everybody, I like Cardano, but I'm afraid to say that I do. It's like it's like, hi. It's gonna be another like support group. Hi, I'm a Cardano investor. Hi, Larry. How are you? Yeah, but don't tell anybody. I know it's kind of like it's embarrassing. Pat, just stop it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, like I guess that would be. I guess that would be 3 because of what the future for it. What about Polygon? A lot more
Polygon, now, isn't that considered a layer 2? Pat, just stop it.
What was that?
He's growling at me. He wants to go out. Is Polygon a layer 2? I'm not sure, actually. Hold on. I'll take him out real quick.
Oh, he's doing the growl thing?
Yeah, he wants to go out when he does that little growl thing.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I could have sworn a long time ago I said, Polygon. I'm going to think of something else. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, it is a layer 2. My bad. I don't know what I was thinking about that. I mentioned something. Maybe, yeah, a while back. Sometimes I misspeak when it comes to Polygon with the layer 1 and layer 2. And sometimes when I talk about Cardano, I mix up the two. So I do apologize for that. Yeah, but as far as the layer 1, I'm definitely sticking with Luna Classic. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to narrow that down right now, unfortunately. But if I just had to pick one, literally one, I would definitely go with Luna Classic. Now, while he's doing his thing, I'm actually going to see where we're at in the comments because I think we're almost done getting down to the bottom. Red coin cards, last one. How do you define the strength of a project's community outside of Twitter? Basically, if it's just a lot more than just Twitter. I mean, you can't just go to Twitter and be like, oh, this community has, for instance, 100,000 followers and something, and whatnot. And okay, is it people really tweeting about this all the time? Like Luna Classic obviously has a tremendous community. Shiba Inu obviously has a tremendous community. So with that said, like you could totally tell that what they have with their community matches some of the subscriber counts or the amount of followers. So there's no issue with that. And I understand you saying outside of Twitter. So again, I mean, if you're seeing, a massive amount of volume being traded like on exchanges, you go to CMC and it's just everything's representative of what has been trending. So I think that plays a lot of what you're talking about, identifying the strength. For me personally, and I always mention this, and maybe you guys get tired of me mentioning this, I don't know. But, identifying, the supply and the demand and what's trending, like what I call the crypto trifecta. So again, it is a lot more than just simply Twitter and having a bunch of guys, send out tweets and whatnot. But to answer your question, outside of Twitter, tremendous amount of volume. Again, I think that's the big one. Do they have a decent amount of holders? It could even be a small market cap one. Are people consistently talking about it? Again, I know that's what's part of something trending, but what's the reason why people keep talking about it? Do they keep talking about it because it's just hopium? Is there utility that's tied into it? So it's just so many different factors, it trending on CMC for reason. CMC track. I mean, whether you're a fan of CMC or not, they do a very good job of tracking things, on Twitter, Reddit. I mean, Reddit's another one. A lot of people don't even realize it. Like, if you're trending on Reddit, that in itself is really huge. I think a lot of times when it comes to crypto, we forget how massive Reddit can be. We put so much focus on what's trending with Twitter. You got to keep in mind, look what happened with GameStop. Look what happened with AMC, as far as stocks. I know we don't talk about stocks much here, and I'm glad. But I will at least mention those particular ones because the Reddit community itself, they can get things trending without any help from Twitter or any other social media platform. They go crazy with it. So that to me shows a lot of strength. TikTok, believe it or not, a lot of times, you look at what's going on with TikTok. I mean, I know these are all social media and whatnot. Can you get something to trend without social media? Technically speaking, to a degree, but again, back to the whole CMC thing, they look at all those outlets and literally with their mechanism at CMC, they take into all that account, and that triggers what is basically trending. I'm gonna go to the next comment, but thank you for some really, really good questions tonight. We do appreciate that. Let's see here. At Crypto Talk Now VR. Oh, talking to Edward. Big thanks sliding in there too. Right on. Let's see. Brian Dowie, Larry, as soon as you play 1v1 with Shaq, it's all over. Bang, bang. Yeah, it is. Even though it's a barbecue chicken with Shaq, right? Brian Dowie, will Carly Crypto and The Rock Girl be on the show the 21st? That would be something else. That would be really, really something else. I think Jeff Pruden would be extremely happy if that happens. Speaking of which, here he is. Max, I sent you a bit of amazing news that you should probably make a whole video about to your Twitter messenger. Pretty crazy stuff. All right. Well, let me get to a few more comments. Maybe we can pull that up in a little bit. It would be fun for you to share tonight. Okay, thank you. Red Coin states, really helpful answer. Don't know why I didn't think of volume. Reddit and number of holders. Speaking of stocks, Coinbase jumped 13% today. Appreciate the show. You finding the tired back. Yeah, because I mean, when I get done with here, I don't even go to the post show anymore because it's like I got to force myself to, I'm trying to recognize, we're finally, the whole thing about the shadow ban, it's like, I think it's lifted. Yeah, I mean, we don't have numbers compared to like when we do, a show that's called the Luna Classic Show. I mean, we probably get double the numbers, but it's not necessarily all about that. We want to recognize, not just covering one thing and not filling in a need or a want to talk about, for instance, ISOs, even on a recorded, right? Like if I see there's some good news or some important news, I should say, like for instance with quant, when we do recorded quant videos, those always do well. For our community, right? Some people may be like, well, that's not doing too well. For us, that's doing well. I mean, if we're getting over 300 views on a quant video, that's pretty good for us. So, we cover certain niches, if you will. Quant, Luna Classic, Bone, right? Those usually do well for us. I need to do a new video for Clearpool. Clearpool has been absolutely doing amazing. A while back, some of the devs want to come on here, but I think they just want to do like a free thing. And at that time, we're like, man, we're not doing any more free things on anything. I mean, between Larry and I, like Larry did all his videos for Saitama. I did a bunch of videos for Clearpool, and it's nothing against those projects. I mean, like, heck, I hold a bunch of Clearpool, but it's just like, you guys have marketing wallets just like any other project. Like, we need to get paid. So anyway, but thank you for all those questions. And Red Coin Cards, you always do a really good job of just keeping the flow going. We really appreciate that. We wish we had 1,000 red coin cards, if you will, doing the same type of thing. But you bring what you bring to our show, and it's much appreciated. You got some really great questions. Keep it up. Damon Vargas, strange in crypto how a project can be largely used yet the value doesn't go up. Link and Algo are good examples. Why is this? Supply and demand. Those are the two answers. I know you're like, oh, here you go. You're going to hop on it again. It's not, it has nothing to do with that. Think about Link and think about Algo, especially think about Link. I would say there's more demand for Algo, currently speaking, than there is for Link. Don't get me wrong. I haven't researched Link as much, of course, as the little bit that I did on Algo. But my key takeaway, even though I've had Link on my watch list for a couple years, there's just not as much of trending demand, if you will, for Link. And sorry to say, I mean, you can have the greatest crypto project in the world, but if not enough people were talking about that, I think we covered this on the show a couple days ago. You can have literally the most amazing crypto with the best utility, but if nobody is talking about it and it's not really trending and there's not enough hype, I guess you could say, around it, it might do decent, you know what I mean? But it's never going to be to the point of, like, for instance, some of these other ones you might see like in the top 10, or even like how Luna Classic is trending, and it's just that. I'll tell you this much. This is why I'm so psyched. I know this is the ISO show, if you will, and we'll get into a little bit more in regards to that. But the reason why I'm so psyched about Luna Classic, it really, really reminds me of what Shiba Inu was last year, and how I had to go through literally 6 months of sideways, consolidation. And then it went to, the highest all-time highs ever. Luna Classic reminds me of that, but way more than Shiba Inu, because you have an incredibly powerful, passionate community that wants to see this, like, be the phoenix that rises. But not just that, it's like the utility that is literally within grasp. It's literally right there. This whole concept of USTC repegging, and like how Mike Cornwell eloquently pointed it out with the whole thing of, that constant cycle, right? Coming to full circle, literally, like in and out with this whole wormhole mechanism. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend it. It does a great job of explaining that, but that's how it happens. Now, granted, we can't just put all the focus on, Luna Classic and, this USTC thing becoming like, the one and only utility. Again, we have to have our cryptos that have strong ecosystems, and we're going to get there. 100% we're going to get there. But where we lost, we just lost the last comment. Hold on. So that's just kind of like, yeah, no, that's all right, because that's the last one that came in. But that's the way I look at it, guys. I mean, it's just really, really just that. It's what has supply and what has demand. There's cryptos that have tremendous supply, and there is not much demand for it. So those kind of sit dormant and they don't do much. Those are basically the ones that, it's like there's a tremendous amount of supply, there's no demand, but they have strong utility. And as a result, they kind of do well a little bit. You know what I mean? But then you see the ones that's just like, oh my gosh, what's going on with this? Max, you're wrong. For instance, this one is doing incredibly well. Well, what I'm thinking of is like Clearpool, for instance. For a while, it didn't seem like there was a whole lot of demand for it, and there was not enough hype behind it. But guess what? There's a perfect example of not needing retail investor money to get that thing pumping. That one's the perfect example of big time financial institutions, literally Wall Street, coming in and adopting it. And now you see that going crazy. And I mentioned that a long time ago, long before I joined up with Larry. My first videos were on Clearpool. I felt it was very underrated, and it flew under the radar. And now all of a sudden it's blowing up. More and more people know about it. It's not me trying to toot my own horn. I don't want anybody to think that, but I just throw that out as an example because I think that's a perfect example. So think about this. There's Clearpool, and they're, I don't know, like not even to the, ranked in the 400s yet, but they're a standout, really good DeFi crypto, right? Do really, really well with supporting the whole thing with funding venture panels and, providing huge amount of liquidity to some of these, Wall Street projects and whatnot, right? In DeFi. And again, it's just that you have a certain borrower pool who says we need $50 million to raise in capital, right? Do you think that's retail money? No, that's not retail money, right? But again, that's the adoption going to that. So if you get a taste of what is going on with that at that level, like Clearpool as we speak, I know we're talking too much about Clearpool, but I think it's a great example of what could happen here in November. And here I'm looking at Clearpool, and they're sitting at 517. I've seen this thing in the thousands, and then right now it's like 15 cents. And God, I mean, not even a month ago, this thing was like 2.5 cents. Why did it go from 2.5 cents to where it's at now? It wasn't retail money. It wasn't retail money. It was literally like providing to these, big time, companies, organizations that want to raise a ton of capital. So again, my point is this: if you've seen just a smidge of this and the potential of this about how retail doesn't really matter to the monumental stage of what this particular example, can you imagine the likes of XRP? Can you imagine the likes of Quant? I think you kind of get the idea. So welcome back, Larry.
Oh, thank you. I'm wondering why people are not dropping comments. We just need a little bit more comments to make sure people are still alive. There's 22 people here. That's pretty good.
That's all right. Maybe they're like, oh my gosh. No, I don't know.
If you're still alive, drop a comment just so we know that you're there, because it's like kind of lonely right now. I mean, it's just Max and I, and there's no comments coming in. So if you could drop a comment. But yeah, no, this one here is the interesting one. Will Carly Crypto and the Rock Girl be on the show? The Rock Girl is technically not part of our network. And I don't think that we'll have Carly Crypto come on either. It would take a lot for it. We'd have to have something monumental. Like, I'll show you what we'd have to have. We'd have to, I'm trying to show you the screen. We'd have to have her, right. She'd have to have like 1,000 followers in order for that to happen. So you guys could help us out by following her if you want. But yeah, but the Rock Girl's not coming on. The Rock Girl lives in New York, and people got mad when she came on. So I know that, like, if 100 people are watching the show that night, maybe half of them will like her being on there and half won't. So majority rules. Jeff, we read all this. All right, here's some new ones coming in. All right. Yo, he's listening. I'm listening to y'all. Crypto Mike is alive. Mr. Max P is here. Thank you. We are still here. Thank you. Mr. Bitcoin BMW is here. Whoops. Jeff Pruden says, oh, look at that. We got 25 people. You see, guys, how it works? Now I can sit back up, get excited. Let's get 30 people for the first time tonight. If you guys just help us out, drop a bunch of comments. It could be emojis. It's starting to trigger the algorithm. You see what's happening? More people are coming in. Bitcoin, Helix, and Ninja Coins, all in a crazy mixer of drama sent to you. Imagine stealing a bunch of Bitcoin, getting caught by the police, having that Bitcoin taken from you, then the Bitcoin stolen again. Now, that's a crazy story. Red coin cards. Look, there's 27 people here, guys. Can we just get 3 more people? Just keep dropping a bunch of comments. Help me out. Humor me a little bit. If you guys want to drop a lot of comments making fun of me, that's great. You guys can make fun of me. Actually, I get a real kick out of it. You guys can say some funny things. It doesn't matter. Red coin cars, researching in the background. Always searching for the 100X. Edward Vincent, you know we are here. Mr. Max P, watching the NBA game on the side while listening to you guys. All right, cool. Here's somebody new. Aaron Caudill. Hey, guys, I'm enjoying this. The coins you are talking about are some of my favorites. Thank you so much. Guys, could you please wave your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care? It's your birthday.
Oh, yay, or
what's that?
And you always say, oh, yay, or
guys, it's your birthday. Okay, let's get this. Let's pretend it's Aaron's birthday because it's the first time that I've seen his comment here. Consider changing. It looks like, is this avatar an A? Looks like your avatar is an uppercase A. If you could change it to something that speaks of you, we get to learn more about you as a person. Edward Vincent, I've said it before. When you pump good info, the chats die because people are actually paying attention and shutting up. Oh, you see that? I'm gonna make.
Yeah, I guess people are kind of mesmerized or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this observation. Now, this is not a shot at Max. It's just an observation, and I do the same thing. I read a lot too. I notice when we have commentary, when it's us blown up on the screen, and this could be maybe just tonight. I notice that we get more eyeballs in, like when there's a deep discussion back and forth, or just even Max. We get more eyeballs on the screen. When we start to go into a split screen when we're sharing something, sometimes we lose people. But when it's more like talking about crypto, screen is bigger. For some reason, we get a few more people. I've said this before. All right. So you're right. It seemed like everyone was intently listening to what Max was saying. We had the screen blowed up. He was saying it. And the comments just died. But if we could just get them all now, that would be great. Because I'm talking, you don't have to listen to me. Listen to me about putting the comments, but don't really care about what I'm saying. Jeff Pruden 350Z, red coin. Are you on Telegram? No offense to the comments. Sammy, don't call me Captain Hook. How is everyone doing? What's going on?
Hey, Sammy, good to see you.
Hope all is well. Let's do this. XRP. Yeah, you know me, Crypto Mike. Let's see, Jeff Pruden. All right, so XDC. Ecstasy. No, XDC. Edward Vincent, I'm cleaning my keyboard. Oh, no. I got too much stuff in it. Oh, okay. I can make a Frito chili pie.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Comments pending. My keys drying. All right. Well, I didn't know where he was going with that one. He's got too much stuff in his keyboard. I wonder what type of content he's watching.
He's like, comments pending, keys are drying. Put some bean dip on this mofo and let's get frying. Down with Edward Vincent in the south side of Texas. Don't mess with Larry or his patches necklace. Never mind.
Edward Vincent, Larry, show us your hair. I'm not going to do that. It's going to take $10,000 for someone to buy my hat for charity. And then I'll show you my hair. When I switch from this hat to another hat, because I'll auction this one off for charity, I'll show you my hat. Sam, I might actually just shave my head that day. My girlfriend will shave my head. Here's the fun fact. My girlfriend used to be a beautician before she became a nurse. Sammy, don't call me Captain Hook. The OGs are in the building. ALBT. Bitcoin BMW, Brian Dowey. Are we getting excited yet? Are we not getting excited? That's the question. 27 beautiful people. There's now 24.
The other night we had like 42 for the Luna Classic show.
Yeah, we might have to keep saying it that we can clickbait people and call it the Luna Classic show and then also talk about ISO.
Yeah, then they get ticked off and then we don't see them anymore. But,
well, we could call it the Luna Classic show and ISO coins. The Luna Classic and ISO coin show. Something like that.
The Rock Lady show.
Okay. Laugh out loud, Larry. Got a lot of energy. 4:30 a.m. over there. He's got that big energy. All right. Big energy boost on the night shift. All right. Silent watching so I can start getting ready to finish. Thanks, guys. All right. Brian Dowey showing us his monkey.
All right. Whoa. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, we got a little bit more for you guys. I can't believe how late it is, right? Almost 8. It's 8:30. So I don't know how much longer we're going to go, but I do want to bring and present a few more things. And let's see here. So we, of course, saw that. There is this. I just want to talk briefly about this. I'm not trying to do like a full blown out article from the Daily Hodl, whether you like that word or not. I think Larry's the one that doesn't like the word hodl. So Remittance Company and additional firm request to join Ripple in the XRP lawsuit with the SEC. Doesn't that sound crazy? Like somebody, I guess, just passionately loves Ripple and them fighting against the SEC. They're like, you know what? Bring it on. We'll join with you guys. So is it a positive catalyst for XRP and Ripple? Well, maybe. So two other companies are hoping to weigh in on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's lawsuit against Ripple. TapJets, which of course we talked briefly about them. They had, of course, I guess you could say like a union vote to get paid in XRP. Kind of like we were talking about how in the past NBA basketball players having their contract to get paid in Bitcoin. Well, if you watch the show, we did cover the whole piece about TapJets almost unanimously voting. I should say unanimously, but like literally a whopping landslide to get paid in XRP. So it says TapJets, which bills itself as the Uber of private jet chartering. Wow. And a remittance company, iRemit, hope to serve as an amicus curiae in the case in support of Ripple. Amicus curiae means friend of the court, according to Cornell Law School. As you know, Cornell's also, of course, part of the Ivy League, if you happen to be into that. Amici curiae can submit documents known as amicus briefs on issues relevant to the case as long as the court approves the briefs in advance. The SEC sued Ripple in late 2020, as we know, under allegations that it issued XRPs unregistered security. TapJet's legal team says the company is interested in the case because it uses XRP as currency. TapJet relies on XRP because its clients offer charter jets outside of banking hours, rendering wire transfers ineffective. And of course, like you see right here from the company's lawyer, who states, TapJets has adopted XRP, as we know, we cover that, invested in technology to accept, process, and account for this digital currency, and now has interest in the outcome of this litigation. TapJets rightfully fears that by losing the ability to accept XRP, TapJets business will suffer losses, both financially as well as a loss of goodwill with thousands of clients who use XRP as a form. What is this? I didn't want to click on that. Sorry about that. And it's doing it again. Okay, here we go. Sorry. As a form of payment. Hold on. There we go. Digital currency / payment. iRemit says it uses Ripple's XRP powered cross-border payment product on-demand liquidity. The company notes it does not speculate on XRP, which the SEC claims is a primary reason to buy the crypto asset. But there's this right here. iRemit has also been an active user of ODL since 2019. ODL is useful for iRemit because XRP and the XRP ledger lower the cost of real-time payments and allow greater customer access to currency markets with a high level of speed and security. On an annual basis, iRemit accommodates the utilization of XRP to process and payment or pay out remittance transactions equivalent to hundreds of millions of US dollars. So right there, for anybody who wants to debate, XRP basically being a standout utility for like literally what you're seeing right here for cross-border payments, this is a perfect example. And they're not even a bank. They're not even a central bank. So literally, like it shows right here, they want to have access to these currency markets with a high level of speed and security. But most of all, think about the industry that they're in. They're dealing with cross-border payments all the time because they're literally probably flying high-profile clients from one country to another, right? Private jets. So if anything, this directly affects them, and they're rooting for it all the way. So they're getting fully 100% behind Ripple and XRP. I think this is great. I don't want to read the rest of it, but that's the gist I got from it. I think that's a really, really cool thing. And it's just another example of how amazing the utility is behind XRP. I mean, literally you have, like they mentioned, the Uber of private jets fully on board with this and, backing it 100%. And I think it's just the start of many in the future, especially when it comes to anything that has to do with cross-border payments. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw them actually back in like the likes of Quant and whatnot. So, guys, I think we have a lot more news that we could have shared with you. Maybe we'll just say it for like tomorrow. But we're going, roughly, gosh, I don't know.
2 hours and 20 minutes.
2.5 hours. So, I mean, I got to put out another recorded video, just kind of help out with the algorithm. And then from there, I mean, I still have other things I still have to do today. But yeah, I do appreciate everybody who came out tonight. We can recognize a few more comments before we wrap things up. I'll kick it back to Larry.
All right. Thank you. Of course, I forgot to use the star. Let's see. Are we getting excited? No, we read that one. Larry. Okay. Larry, give us your best Ric Flair. Woo. I can't do it. My voice will crack. Max, can you give us your best Ric Flair woo?
I can't right now because I don't have it. Sorry.
That's all right. Let's see. Everything, Jeff Pruden is doing a good job dropping a lot of emojis. We already went through that. So that's it. Brian Dowie dropped a couple of marbles. That's all we've got for comments, Max. So at this point, I'll give you the last word and we can wrap it up.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for joining us tonight for Crypto Talk Now with Max and Larry. Again, the topic is preparing for November. I know I am. Hopefully you are. I'm just going to state it, not a fortune teller or anything like that, but you will see the tremendous influx of influencers / content creators who are going to hop, let's face it, on that bandwagon of covering these ISOs. And with that also said, we can't thank you enough for even just recognizing some of these ones that stand out, XRP, Quant, and so on. Yeah, we don't get paid for cover them and so on. But if you're recognizing us as being a platform that helps cover these type of cryptos and the news that they have and recognizing the utility and all this stuff, we can't thank you enough. We'll continue to, of course, cover the likes of those, whether it's live or recorded and whatnot. But it's not going to be every day that we do these type of shows with the ISOs, but I'm thinking that maybe we'll do it a few times a week. We, of course, still want to recognize Luna Classic, and we're, of course, going to have the Luna Classic show. But we like to mix things up and see how things go with this. But it's just that, sometimes people filter in here, and it takes some time to get things kind of, build up and whatnot. But I think we had a pretty good show tonight, a decent turnout. And don't know for sure if we're going to do the Luna Classic show specifically tomorrow, but I'm thinking maybe we should do it maybe like on Thursday. And the reason why I'm stating that, and I do see the super chat, I want to recognize you. I'm thinking Thursday because traditionally speaking, when we go from Thursday into Friday, for whatever reason, Luna Classic does really well. I'm not saying because of us. I'm just saying because it just does. Thursday going into Friday is really, really good for Luna Classic. So that is what I want to leave you guys with. Do we happen to know if Edward and the crew is going to have a show on our sister station?
I don't know. We had to ask him. Edward, are you having a show? If you are, just drop a link to your show. If you're not having a show, that's cool. I won't be able to make it today, but
no, I hear you.
Either, yeah.
We want to recognize Crypto Mike with a 99-cent super chat. Thank you very much, Crypto Mike, as usual.
Thank you. We'll just go through. Great show, guys. Woo. All right. Got coins are always great subjects. All right. Calvin, great job, guys. Keep accumulating, everyone. Thanks for the heads up. Regarding November, we will soon be on top of the masses spiritually, financially, and educationally. Y'all have a great night. Hot coins. I'll make a link. It's late as heck. All right. So, I'll talk with the homies. All right. So thank you so much, guys. We will see you again tomorrow, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.